Okay. I'm going to turn that on. It might help me a little bit. I can't read anyway. I can't see. Yeah. We're chatting away and ready to... All right. Uh-huh. Oh, yeah.
You sure?
Uh-huh.
You ain't having vampire teeth.
Very sure. No, I can't talk
That'll
with
be
vampire
hard to
teeth.
talk
I
in.
didn't talk to you all night. Yeah.
I mean, when I had the vampire teeth on that one time, it was so hard to fucking say.
Did you
a
bite
word.
yourself?
Yeah, I did bite my tongue. I was bleeding. I did that too. That's what I saw.
Well, welcome back to the League of Roses for a special night.
Thank you.
This is our special night. This is our Dinner with Strahd night, where we left off last time. We're going to pretty much jump right in. We're not going to introduce our characters, which we normally do, and we're not going to have a question. We're just going to go right into it pretty much because it's this is sort of free for all and open. And I mean, I've got some plans and things like that. We'll go through. We'll see based on some of the things that you guys sent me that you were interested in, and we'll just play it by ear. Now, the one thing I want to say before we start, I told the boys, avoid metagaming to each other as much. So, like, if I'm talking to somebody or you're talking, don't get mad and say, "Okay, I get up and I smack Strahd in the face." Because if you do that, I'm going to take it as I do that, not as a joke, okay, but as it, right?
Everything
Understand?
you say will have
Be
action.
careful.
and
It will be used against you.
consequences.
You'll finally have repercussions for your actions.
I will probably only once or twice say, "Is that really what you want to do?" And really, I'm looking at you because I know you. Okay, but however,
Well, him and him.
everybody.
These two are chaotic.
Well, everybody can help.
Okay.
Sometimes people say, no, don't say that, or da-da-da-da, or say this, or say that. That's not gonna. I don't want that. I want everybody to be, just talk and say what you want, because there are some things that, like I was telling them again. We know your backgrounds. We've been playing a long time, but Strahd doesn't know yours, and you don't really know his as much. So you're doing this back and forth talk. Mostly we know yours. So if you want to say, okay, like I was using Richard's example of, he killed the werewolf Dark Lord. He doesn't have to go into too much detail then, because we know that happened, okay? Unless Strahd asks or something, if there's one. It's up to you, though. If you really want to get into it, because you're like really into, pumping yourself up, then go ahead.
Oh, yeah.
And do that. That's okay.
All my characters have been narcissists.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So I don't want to limit you. I just don't want you to feel like, well, I don't want to go into that because it could be a tangent that takes too long. Look at him. He's really getting into character. You can tell.
Yeah.
He is really getting into it.
I mean, with that sunglasses, you don't know if his eyes are closed or not.
That's exactly right. All right, so just a very brief recap, which I will do. You all have been brought by the coach carriage to the Castle Ravenloft. You've been invited for dinner, and this time you took it up. You've been brought into the dining hall by a fellow named Cyrus Bellevue. Cyrus was described as sort of a mutant type of person. He had a duck foot, he had a wolf's head, he had like a hunchback, he had lizard skin kind of coming down the side of his face. So he brought you into an area where you saw a dining table, and at the organ sat a dark figure playing the organ, big organ music, and he turned around, and it is your host for the evening, Strahd von Zaravich, and who are also known as Strudel, what again?
Strudel von Schnitzel.
Strudel von Schnitzel, okay? And that's basically where we're going to go. So Strahd is at his organ, and he's sort of gestures to the pipes above him. He's still got his back to you, and he sort of like is kind of putting his hands all over the woodwork, and he says, "Music is the soul, is the key." I'm starting off really badly, sorry. Just because I can't see. Music is a key to the soul, and here in my castle, it is both pleasure and a curse. But enough, I have prepared a feast for your arrival, one that will sate your mortal hunger and your curiosity. So he's dressed in a tailored black suit. It's like absorbing all the candlelight. It's so dark. He steps down from the organ seat and he bows to you. Before we go any further, I see that my invitation was accepted without preparation on your part. My apologies to you. I prefer that you are all clothed in proper attire for our evening. To assist, I extend the opportunity for you to freshen yourselves and change to more appropriate dress. I wouldn't want you to feel uncomfortable. So he claps his hands, and the door, an ornate door to the side, opens up. A tall, muscular man with an eerie grace approaches you all soundlessly. You immediately recognize his elven ears and features from the village graveyard. Strahd's chamberlain, Rahadin. He's dressed in a flowing cloak of deep velvety black that nearly brushes the floor. The cloak is adorned with intricate patterns of silver and blood-red tapestry. Beneath the cloak, he wears a finely tailored suit of midnight black, its fabric smooth and immaculate. He is no longer wearing the leather armor that you saw. But to his sides, you see his dual scabbards. His entrance is sort of a dramatic pause, and it's almost like time is holding its breath as you see this gentleman who you remember from the graveyard. Not all of you, of course. Right? Strahd has sort of a hideous smile on you. You met Rahadin under inconvenient circumstances. Trust that no one here is your enemy tonight. No one holds any grudge or ill will. Rahadin sort of bows to Strahd, and then he turns to you all, and he gives you a nod of his head. You can see that on his face, he's kind of looking at you all, and he's kind of got a look of disgust. He says, "Allow me to escort you to the guest chambers, where you can refresh yourself before you join us for dinner. It would be quite impolite to present yourself in your current disarray." So he goes over and he takes a torch from the side of the wall, and he leads you back to the large doors that Cyrus brought you through. And he opens the doors, and he says, "Follow closely." And he takes you across the hall. So let me bring up. So this is the dining area that you're all in, and he's going to take you across this hallway. And directly across the hallway is an opening. It's another doorway. And once he opens the doors there, he guides you up. It's a circular stairway, right, of stone. And the light of his torch barely allows the person in the back to see where they're stepping. But you're all following him closely. Who's right behind him?
Grutz.
Grutz is the first behind him, and who is the second behind him?
Jiminy.
Jiminy. Both Grutz and Jiminy can hear him sort of talking to himself. He's not really talking to you all. He's sort of guiding you quietly.
Don't worry, I forget where the places are too. I have to say it out loud as well.
If it helps, I also talk to myself quite often.
Right, yeah. I do that all the time.
What you hear him say, though, is he says, "If I found myself in a fair fight, I didn't plan my mission properly." You're not sure if he's talking to you or not about your last encounter with him. So you follow him up a circular stairway, through a quick landing, and then he stops to open a door at the landing. I wonder if I have a picture of the landing. Well, I'm not gonna go there. I have pictures for later. So, but it's all stone, and then at the landing there's a small door. He opens the door, and he sort of shows through the doorway the lantern, or the light from his torch, and you inside see a pile of fingers and hands and severed arms. And he looks at you.
Hopefully this isn't supper.
He says,
Yeah.
"No, I wanted to let you know that theft in Ravenloft is a big no-no.
Jimmy didn't steal shit.
The master collects the arms of the fools who have tried to steal from him before. The fingers are for something small, minor value. The hands are moderate, and the arms are for, well, those fools stole a collection of perfume bottles from Anastasia.
So you're telling me if I steal a rock, I lose a finger?
I'm telling you, don't mess with the brides."
Oh, the brides. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Oh, he's buried?
Oh, I remember one of those.
So he closes the door, and he continues taking you up to the landing. So you come to another dark landing. It's about 10 feet wide and 20 feet long, and there's a draft of air that's rushing through from the spiral staircase. There's an ornate square rug that covers the floor to the south, and then set into the wall west is an iron-bound wooden door with a wooden trapdoor set into the floor in front of it. Hanging on the north wall above the trapdoor is a framed portrait of a handsome, well-dressed man with a serene yet penetrating gaze. It is a portrait of a young Strahd von Zaravich dressed in red armor. Rahadin opens the door to the left. As thunder sort of shakes the tower, the beams of the tower itself groan from the weight of the ceiling. There's ornate candles hung by chains inside, and the curved west wall is fitted with 3 windows of leaded glass. So you're going to have to use theater of the mind here. There's a bookcase that sits on the east wall. Plush, overstuffed chairs and couches are all around this room. The fabric is faded with age, and the patterns depicted are long gone. Lounging on one couch is a handsome, smallish young man with platinum blonde hair falling in sleek waves that emphasize his sharp cheekbones. And he has a chiseled jawline. He's dressed in a classically elegant suit featuring a black jacket and trousers. He stands, and Rahadin guides you into the room. I'm going to skip this part about that. So, yeah, you're not going to do any of that. Okay. You hear Rahadin. He says, Escher, you are in the presence of the master's guests for tonight's dinner. He's asked that you make them more presentable. Feel free to freshen up and select attire from the wardrobe to your liking, all of you. No more, oops, well,
Nice.
yeah, sorry.
Some E+ women right there.
He says no more than 15 minutes and then bring them down. So Rahadin leaves. So this young man is left with you, Escher. He bows. He's got a large sort of grin. He looks at you. He says, "Oh, phew. You look marvelous, but you smell a bit rank."
It's that guy.
It's that guy.
It's that guy.
This is very rude. Pointing fingers.
He says, well, we don't have time for a full bath, but you were brought here to the guest room where we have enough water to improve your smell. So he guides you over to some buckets that are on the ground, and there's some pitchers, and he says, get into the bucket.
Okay.
And so he's pushing you, putting up you, and he says, strip, all of you,
Okay.
clothes off.
I don't have much. I'm gonna take my paces off.
Okay. Okay. All right.
I feel so
He says
vulnerable.
you might as well strip anyway because you're going to put on new clothes anyway. So as you're stripping, you can see he's kind of looking you all over, and he's really looking over W. Okay.
He likes the slimy
He
ones.
gives you.
I said he likes the slimy ones.
Yeah,
likes
that's
them
true.
slimy.
So he pours a little water on each of you, and he's giving each of you a piece of fat soap, but it's somewhat perfumed, smells okay. And so he tells you the pits, rub the pits,
Rub a dub dub in the chub
and
chub chub.
between the legs, front
I'm a
and back, please.
prestidigitation lavender pits.
Okay.
Rub a dub dub.
All right.
Jimmy's gonna take a bite of his.
Okay.
What?
He's not going to mind. He says, actually, that's not a bad idea to improve that
The mouth.
breath of yours.
It happens.
That's good.
Jimmy's taking
He says, I'm sure you're not going to use a lot of soap anyway. I don't know if you have a crotch.
What?
All right.
How
So
dare you? How dare you? I'm your guest.
as you're cleaning off, he's pouring the water on you
Your
to get,
management will hear
to
about
get off the
this.
soap off of you, and then gives you some rather plush towels, which are very nice. But as you undo the towels, you notice there's some holes in them, and they've been sort of moth-eaten and such. So you can dry off, and he's now squirting you with different scents like ginger and lime. He's got different bottles,
Ooh.
clove,
Do you have turkey
tobacco,
flavored?
spices. What?
Do you have turkey scented?
No.
Damn it.
No, but you'll get your own turkey scent when you go downstairs, perhaps. I don't know what the master has in store for us.
Damn.
But you know what's going on as an improvement, right? So then he guides you through the room where these settees are to another room, and he opens it up, and it's a closet. and it's an open closet that you can walk in, and he guides you in. It's got wood panels all around it, and it's like 10 feet tall. And from the sides, there's a bunch of hooks, and you can see hanging from them, the whole place is filled with shirts and pants and vests and coats and cloaks. There's boots, there's numerous sizes and pairs and colors of boots that are down on the ground. And he starts eyeballing you all, and he starts sort of throwing you some things that he thinks are going to work for you. So some pants and some shirts and such. Mm-hmm. And then he starts working with each one of you individually.
Nice.
So, who will he start with?
Jiminy!
Okay.
Jimmy's hopping up and down that.
Don't worry,
it's flapping in the wind.
Have him
It's
first.
looking
He
fantastic.
needs it the most.
Jimmy wants your blue tie with cryptids on it.
Blue would clash with your oily hair.
Yeah, but it would go good with your
I think it
sunglasses.
would good. I think red would be better for you. The master has a penchant for
No,
it.
I
think
already
it
have I already have a blue tie.
Oh, I see. I got okay. Well, I'll agree with that.
Yeah.
We'll give you a blue tie. So he's
Yeah.
giving you a tie. He's kind of looking at you, and so he takes a shirt and he hands it to you. And as you're putting it on,
It says Ape Nation.
it says what?
It says together strong, Ape Nation.
Sure, it says
It's
Ape
the
Nation together strong. You've never seen an ape before, and you have no clue as to what it's
Doesn't
eating.
matter.
But
Jimmy's looking at the
you
flies,
put it on
you never
and
look. Wow.
it seems to
look at
fit
this
you.
fantastic tie.
It's as if Escher knows that this is going to fit you, and he finds some pants that somehow fit you, and then he gets you some little tiny shoes, and then he turns his attention
Wow.
away.
How progressive and inclusive of you all. You have
Yeah.
some my sizes.
Yes. Who will we talk to next?
You know what? You should do Lazarus next.
Okay. He says,
He's looking-
so he's
he's
turning
looking
his back, and he's looking at Lazarus, and he says, you're very pale like me.
Yeah.
So we'll have to think about what works for you. Now,
Purple.
he has his back completely to you, Jiminy. Is there anything you want to do?
I'm gonna examine his ass.
Okay.
Roll for ass.
He has a lithe, bulbous ass. He's got nice
Wow.
dimples and everything.
Somebody's doing their squatch every day.
Yeah,
Do I see anything else? Anything in
You're
his
in the closet that's around
Whoa.
you.
He just told you not.
Oh, wait, what?
What did you
He's
say?
already gonna fucking.
No, I'm just like, has he got like a knife on his belt or something? Like, what's like equipped with, you know?
No, he has no knife.
No?
He's
Okay.
he's elegantly dressed.
Wow.
He's got a nice shirt on, and he's got pants, and he's got like a coat, like I told you. They have little holes in them, like they're a little moth-ridden and such. But you see, he's now focused his attention. He's going to be focusing his attention on the other folks. So I just want to ask you if there's anything you want to do while he's doing all that.
Nope, I'm Papa Squat somewhere.
Okay, you're gonna what?
Papa Squat.
Okay. I don't know what that means.
Just
What
gonna
is,
sit down.
just gonna sit down?
He's gonna
There's a
pop.
bunch of settees for you to
Wow.
sit on.
Jimmy's gonna jump on.
Okay, you can jump up and down on them all you want. That's fine. So he's going to go through, and it's almost like a refined sense of style that he has as he's pulling things out and giving them to you. And he's finding things that not only fit you, but they look as if, as he's adjusting them and such, it's almost like he knew what you would look the best in and would fit your form perfectly. Even Grutz, who's
Red, I
big
brought
and
red
hairy.
tinted pasties.
Yeah, no pasties,
Damn.
but he's putting your shirt on.
Less is more.
He'll flick your nipples a few times. And say,
That's just, they're vulnerable.
yes, you've been working on that.
Yeah.
It's good, very good.
I'm gonna pump it. Have you ever used weights on them?
They're never
It really
chapped.
grows the strength. Never chapped.
So, so everything he does, he fits it on you. He helps you to secure everything and make sure everything fits very well. Now, N has his suit of armor on, correct?
He did, yes.
Okay, so basically all he'll do for N is sort of give you like a hat, something, because he'll tell
Okay.
you you must remove your helmet.
I'll remove
And
my
when you
helmet.
do, he'll say, "Oh." So he'll take your hair and he'll bunch your hair back into one of those irritating buns, that you see people have, and leave you long ringlets, sort of coming down, streaming down.
Okay.
And he'll sort of powder you a little. He's like, "Oh, it looks just
I look like a judge.
you look perfect." Yeah, perfect.
They're powdered wigs, not powdered faces.
Yeah.
You feel almost a new sense of confidence in yourself. You haven't looked this good in a long time. You haven't dressed like this well in a long time. Because
I've never
you're
had
mostly,
clothes this time.
Yeah, Dobby is
mostly-
checking himself out in the mirror.
Yeah, and
He's
and so
throwing
is Ed,
poses.
and so is Escher. He's checking
Yeah.
you out in the mirror too, of course. He'll stand next to you. Oh, you're divine.
Thank you.
You look perfect. He says, only better would be if you had purple hair, but it's all right. It's all right. What can
Oh,
you do?
gosh darn.
So he takes
What a
the
tragedy.
torch. He says, "We must hurry. We must hurry." The master hasn't got a lot of patience. So he says, "Stay close. Believe me, you don't want to get lost here." So he's going to lead you back out the doors and down the circular stairs, and he's going to return you to the courtyard, which you see up here. And you're going to cross and approach the door, which opens slowly with a loud creak this time, because he's opening it almost dramatically to let everybody know you're coming back. All right. So reclining at the head of the table is in an opulent throne, dark hair cascading around his shoulders, sits Strahd. He steps up. Around the table, though, you see in equally luxurious chairs, but spaced apart, are 3 women. Each of them is a vision of eternal beauty.
Hell yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
the women are placed with a space between them, right? So one of them is sitting here, and one of them is sitting here,
Oh, I see.
and another is sitting here. Okay?
I know what Jimmy's gonna say.
So he presents.
I know exactly where he's gonna freaking go.
So he presents on his left. He says, "May I introduce you to Anastasia Karevova?" I don't know if you want to write any of this down. You might want to.
On Australia.
So she's got black flowing hair. Now I'm going to show you the picture that I had. Where is it? Here it is. So we're starting over here. Now, this one is it's hard to find pictures of these gals on the internet. This is them together, but here is really more like what she looks like.
Hell yeah.
She's gone.
She's got
That's a
flowing
woman selling
black
this whole
hair.
floor.
Yep.
You know, it cascades down the back like a waterfall of midnight. She wears a form-fitting wedding dress of deep, dark black. It's trimmed in gold, and it's made of like a silk that hugs her figure completely.
Oh, of course. Jiminy
The dress
Carlyle. Jiminy Carlyle's outfit hugs his figure.
This dress is adorned with an elaborate black leather belt that accentuates her ensemble. Around her neck is a platinum necklace with a opal. Her lips are painted a bold shade of scarlet, and her eyes are lined with a smoky sort of black eyeliner. She has a sultry and enticing gaze. She looks at you. She's very, very sexy. Her every gesture is filled with a fiery intensity, and the way she tosses her hair to the wayside, she locks her eyes on each of you, and she's looking at you. Even Jiminy, she looks like she is like purely lusting for you.
Jiminy would wink, but he's wearing sunglasses, so you wouldn't see it anyways.
So separated by an open chair from Strahd gestures to his second wife. She's sitting over here. So Anastasia is here, and over here is the second wife. Picture, please. She exudes an otherworldly beauty, is delicate and enchanting. So she's not sex, so to speak. She has dark ringlets that fall in loose waves around her shoulders, and her eyes are a mesmerating shade of amber. Strahd says, Lumila Vilisevic. Ludmilla, just say Ludmilla. She's got, now here she doesn't have it, but she has a flowing ivory silk that drapes over her slender form. The dress is adorned with lace and pearl accents. Her eyes sort of hold more of a look of wisdom that belies her youth. And finally, and he indicates on the opposite side in the middle chair, he says, Valenta Popovsky.
Yeah.
So her name is Valenta. She's draped in a gown of gold silk, clings to her curves. The dress is adorned with intricate lace and velvet. Her alabaster skin melts with the inky fabric.
Switch.
What sets
not looking at the one
Valenta
you're
apart,
describing.
hold on, from the others
This is
is
the one
on
that
her
everyone
face, she wears a platinum skull face mask,
Yeah, man. She's sexy.
including large protruding plaster horns
She's an
that
elf,
rise
too.
behind her forehead. Her hands are laced with 10 platinum rings set with gemstones. Around her neck, now this is not this is what I did. She wears a delicate choker of black lace adorned with a single crimson gem that gleams like a drop of blood. Her hair cascades down in the back but is cut short. Escher bows to Strahd, who seems to look straight through him. Doesn't seem to care. And Strahd gestures at you all to forward to the chairs. So Escher's going to lead you over to the chairs to his right. Over to the right, Strahd sits here. Let me go back. He points to this chair and he says, Grutz,
Yeah. I'll sit
God
there.
damn it.
says-
It's shining
Walk over.
seated.
I will have you, is it is. He says, I will have you to my right.
Okay.
You are the leader.
Yep.
Please sit here.
He doesn't look like he has enough seats.
Jiminy Carlyle's the
Well,
leader.
You don't think
We'll
so?
figure it out.
So he's going to point to this metal seat. And
Ah!
he's going to say, W.
Thank
You sit here.
you. W's gonna shoot. W's gonna shoot Jiminy a smirky look.
How dare! How dare you!
He's
Grutz
going,
is gonna smile at Chimney because he's next to
he's going to
next,
put
he's next to the
Lazarus here.
I ain't shit!
Between Lamilla and Rahadan. Now he places Rahadan. I should have a Rahadan image somewhere here. This is Rahadan. This is Escher.
Lame.
Huh?
I don't know if he was eating with us.
Who?
Rahadin.
Rahadin is eating with you.
Ah, shut up.
Rahadin sits
Good old
here.
time.
This is ridiculous. Jimmy doesn't get to sit next to the beautiful women.
No, he doesn't.
Valenta is sitting over here, and he places Jiminy next to Valenta.
Yes! Yes! Oh, that's the sexiest one!
So you're between Valenta and Rahadin.
Rahadin.
Oh,
You're next to the worst one.
well.
You're next to the one with the mask.
Yeah,
And
she's
as
out.
you come to sit next
She's
to
probably
her,
the crazy
she
one.
smiles at you really big, and she sort of giggles.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
You can see her giggling, and her eyes are
Jimmy's
like
gonna do
winking at
the
you.
best ballet he's ever done.
He says, Strahd points to the other end of the table. N.
Thank you. And we'll go to
So
the
he
other.
puts you at the opposite end
See,
of
put
him.
you at the end of the table because he's scared of you.
There's a young woman in a maid costume who comes out.
Hi!
Holy shit!
Hell yeah!
More?
This just gets better and better!
There's
She
more?
has goblets of liquid. She has 2 sets of goblets. That's your. What are you doing? Is that you coming? You got the goblets? You got. Oh yeah, of course.
Okay.
This is your lovely, sexy maid. Escher's going to help her.
Jimmy says, wow.
She
looks like
keeps
I
her
went-
eyes to the ground. Yeah.
Grutz is gonna say, Jimmy, I didn't know your mom was here.
Jimmy didn't either.
This young woman keeps her eyes to the ground. She's going
Are
to
you
serve
related?
you with 2 goblets. Now, of course, here we don't have the goblets, but we're going to be serving. So the first set of goblets is made of solid lead.
Oui. Oui.
Yeah, that's good.
Oh,
Too sweet?
you want the other one?
No, I
You
like
want
this
to try
one.
the other one? She has 2.
I have a Chardonnay.
No, I'll try. I'll have this one.
Is it too sweet?
I like it.
I don't like white wine. I just gave
You
it
guys
a try.
want white or red?
You want more? Or less?
That's good.
Grutz is a red band. Richard might not be, but Grutz
Yeah, I'll
is a red
I'll
band.
do red, and if it's in more with the theme.
Yeah. Grutz gets the good shit because that's what probably Strahd drinks.
En's a holy man, so he likes the light.
Jimmy Carlyle is a man of sophistication and taste and only drinks the red wine.
So there's 2 sets of goblets. One is a set that is lead, and another that is a set of glass.
Was it trying to keep Superman from peeking?
How much
The
is
glass goblets are full of a thick, deep crimson juice. She curtsies and distributes the glass goblets to Strahd and his family.
Here's right there.
Oh.
Oh!
that? No, how much is
Oh, that's blood, probably.
Yeah.
this? No, it's fine. I'm just kidding. It's fine. It's not a big deal.
Asher distributes the lead goblets to you, the White Rose.
Hey, there was a whole nother bottle.
It's okay.
Rahadin takes his glass, and as he's looking at it, he says, "Ah, an unexpected reunion."
Wow.
It's
He
nice.
looks at
It's
Grutz.
nice to see you again,
Yes.
Rahadin.
He says,
Yes.
"You are a thank you, In.
Sure.
Now that I know who you are."
Yes.
I assume that was In.
It was a rather fast meeting, but it's nice to see you.
Yes, it was. And I apologize for being so rambunctious.
Oh,
And
that's okay.
Grutz,
It's all good.
you were a mighty warrior with your swords. I give you a lot of credit.
I have a new one.
You are a formidable challenge. Yes.
Big one.
He kind of looks to his and he says, "I still have mine."
Yeah.
Both of them. Strahd interrupts him. A battle is not just about rivalry and victory.
It's true.
It is a
Friendship
means
and
to learn
understanding.
from each other, right? To become better warriors.
Yeah.
Oh!
He
Got a
says,
goblin coming
"Tonight
up.
we will celebrate your presence here in Barovia. But before we start our evening, let me assure all members of the White Rose that you are to be treated as guests and afforded proper decorum of my station.
Yeah.
This means you are safe, protected by our guest laws. And it means you must reciprocate and act appropriately. For example, do not threaten nor attack any of my family. Tonight is our chance to understand each other. I would hate to cut the opportunity short with any ill actions."
Oh, I would try to fight these women.
He
do
says,
anything but
"I
these
wish
women."
to raise
They
a
would eat you
toast."
alive.
I would want them to.
He says, "I, Strahd von Zaravich, the lord of this shadowed realm, raise my glass to the White Rose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tonight,
Nice. Wow.
we gather as beings bound by fate and twists of destiny. You have proven yourselves in my domain. You have faced not only the creatures of the night and darkness within yourselves, but only those with inner strength and unyielding courage could have made it this far. In a world where many succumb to the allure of power, you have shown humility, recognizing the limits of your ability and the importance of unity. It is a rare and precious trait in a world that often celebrates arrogance. Let us celebrate your unwavering spirit, your indomitable will and strength that binds you together as a friendship of heroes. This is my toast. I offer my respect, admiration, and acknowledgement of your triumphs. May your journey continue to be filled with valor. May your courage never waver, and may you find the light that pierces the darkest of nights."
Cheers.
You see all of them drink a toast and drink. Please indulge in this exquisite vintage. It's a gift from the vineyards of Barovia that are long lost to most inhabitants. You can see on the wine label, it says Champagne du Leston.
Yeah, number 5.
And you recognize this as the wine that has not been seen for decades. This is the wine that has been lost.
Here's some good shit.
This is good.
This is much better than what we've tasted in the village.
Yeah.
Yeah, the villages basically have foot juice.
Yeah.
He says, "You know of the Champagne du Leston.
Yeah.
I am impressed. I knew that you would appreciate.
Yeah, Jiminy Carlyle is a man of
Grutz is a man of culture.
soul and wit.
So, as we wait for our first round of food, our first round of food, may I perhaps start?" Does she hear me?
That's what
That's no, okay.
Boo.
She
I think
says,
she's-
No, man.
I think she's gonna come in, Wendy.
Ooh,
Kathy.
Mom.
coming in. Oh, I felt like a.
He's signaling to mom to bring food.
Oh.
We're eating on camera. It's a mukbang.
It's a fucking mukbang.
Yeah, man.
You're gonna
As
see
the
Grutz-
brides
you're gonna
and
see Grutz eat with
Ravenloft
his hands.
drink, you can see that their lips are a much brighter red and more blush
Wow.
than yours.
What are you guys drinking?
Strahd says, "I am the ancient. I am the land.
Damn.
My beginnings are lost in the darkness of the past. I am not dead. I am not alive. I am undead forever. Do you wish to know my history?
Yeah!
Sure.
Jimmy, you are inquisitive.
Of course I am. I'm Jiminy Carlyle. I'm here to learn. I'm here to...
I am the son of Barov and
You're
Ravenovia,
wise.
rightful lord of Barovia. I am not from Barovia originally. I am a conqueror like my father. He was a general. I was a general in my father's army. I lived a life of royalty, war, and bloodshed. While I was born a prince, much of my early life consisted in participating in various wars that plagued our lands. Over time, I became revered as a fearsome warrior and respected by the armies I led. I fought against injustice and sought to preserve the livelihood of my people. Years of war left its scar upon me, and by the time I had reached middle age, I began to believe and feel I had squandered my youth. I pursued one of our enemies here to this valley and defeated them. While I was here, I fell in love with the beautiful countryside. And in an act that could almost be described as a midlife crisis, I decided to stay, settling here and naming the land after my father, King Barov. I built this castle for them as a new home for my family and named it in honor of my mother, Queen Ravenovia. I did my best to retire from war. I have attempted to live my life in a way I wished. Unfortunately, this would lead to a lead me down a dark path. Despite retiring, dark thoughts still haunt me. Regrets over my youth I felt I never got to experience have plagued my mind, and all through this day, I've had to deal with this and defend my lands and serve the people here of Barovia. I welcome you here to my lands, and thank you for coming.
Yeah, sorry we were so late to get back to you.
Yes, Grutz. It took a while.
Preoccupied with a lot of...
I extended my
quests.
invitation to Jiminy.
Yeah, I was there.
I was sad that
It
he
was
did
scary.
not get this
Well-
message to you quicker.
Like, sometimes you got other things you gotta do first, and it adds up after a
From
while.
where I come,
Yeah.
it's normal to look at another man's land before they're invited.
Exactly.
Because it gives them a
Study
good grasp of how powerful and strong they are.
Yeah, so
Uh-huh.
surveying the countryside.
Yes.
Yeah.
It helps
you
us
fell
get
in
an
love with the
idea of
countryside.
your
How come
character.
we don't get to take a look at it, you know?
I hope you have.
Yes, you
Yeah.
have, yes.
And in fact, I would like to know a little more about that. What do you think of Barovia?
I like the Ghost Knight. That guy's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Not quite sure which ghost knight you are talking.
There's more than one.
There are many things in Barovia that I do not know
What the
about.
hell was the one we met? I don't remember.
It was a member of the...
Purple Dragons or some shit, right?
No, that's the living one.
No, that's a dead one.
I thought
No,
it
the
was
purple
that
dragon
one.
was the living one.
But what are the silver
The
dragons?
silver
Silver
dragon was the
dragon.
dead one.
It's gonna be a
The
while.
purple one was
Just-
Sir Palamore.
Takes very detailed notes.
I
Yeah.
believe there are many as such that you will run into on your travels here.
Sweet, I like that. They're
It
cool.
does not surprise me.
It's a little sad.
What
they're
else
kind
do
of
you
stuck.
like about Barovia?
Not the wine.
You do not like the wine.
This wine, yes. The wine down in the countryside, it tastes like feet.
Well, apparently,
Feet.
Yeah.
apparently from what I've heard,
the
that
winery is
yeah,
out.
the vineyard is currently having issues,
Yeah.
and no areas in Barovia has been able to get wine.
You speak of the Wizard of Wine.
Yes.
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 There's a
They're
wizard
not
of
making
wine?
wine?
That's awesome.
Yeah, there's no wine for the towns.
That will cause a lot of grief and problems.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
All the more reason to enjoy the champagne.
Yeah, that's why I'm
Yeah,
enjoying
yeah,
it.
This shit's great.
Because none of them have tasted this for a generation.
Hell yeah, they have it. Fuck them.
Absolutely, Jimmy. You are
I'm with you,
correct.
too.
What else do you like about Barovia?
Has a lot of aspects that remind me of my home.
Yes.
Yeah.
Where are you from, Grutz?
I am from Vorostikov.
Barostakov. Of
Yes.
course. And you are the one who slaughtered his own domain lord.
Yes. Yes, I did.
Well, that's
happen.
interesting to kill your own lord. Why did not stay there?
Well, I've lived a life in the cold, and as you should know, in Vorostikov, there's very little food. So Grutz
I've
can't...
never been.
Well, you don't want to go, to be honest.
It sounds bad.
The whole place is snowing. There's snow everywhere. It's
Snow,
cold.
there's death.
I've had
there's
several of my
destruction.
tribesmen die of the cold over the years, and the lack of food.
And so you must find Barovia a breath of fresh air.
Yeah,
Yeah, sure.
Even though
Yeah.
we are not so much known for our
Basically the
light.
same thing.
yeah. I mean, they're still werewolves, just like in Vorostikov.
You're familiar with them.
Oh yeah, the Dark Lord was a werewolf, a shapeshifter to be exact. That turned
Can
into
I
a
ask,
werewolf.
do you consider the werewolves good or a bad thing?
They are creatures that live by their desires, so I can't argue whether or not they're good or bad. In that
Not
sense.
all live by our desires.
Exactly. So can you
Exactly.
argue anything is truly evil or anything is truly good?
Exactly.
Ah, that is a very wise statement from a man such as you.
Start
Yeah.
keeping an open mind.
It's good that you left Vorostikov.
Yeah.
Men like you need to travel more.
Yeah, that's the main reason why I decided to travel. I'm on a journey to prove my clan's strength.
Ah,
Yeah.
interesting. And what is your clan?
My clan is Clan Break. Yeah, it is.
Clan Break.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the Break clan.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
And you are proud of them.
Yes, that's why
I
my
see.
last name's
They
Breaker.
break things and take
Oh,
things.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
That is good. You are so proud of them, you've adopted the name.
Yes.
And so you seek what?
I seek honorable battle. I seek strength.
That is no surprise
Yeah.
to me. That is good.
Yeah.
That you possibly share within.
Yes, I also seek honorable battles.
Yeah, just like the
I
Battlehead
do
of
not
God did.
seek to battle, but if I have to battle, I will. I'd rather do it more on the peacefully and
Of
justice
course.
side.
Such wisdom. We do not all cannot survive constant battle. There is no way possible.
But-
That is a struggle I have all of the time as a lord of a domain. You understand? That is good.
Yes, with battle eventually comes peace, but there's always going to be some battles.
There is always a delicate balance that you must always take note of.
Yep.
And sometimes that balance swings one way, and sometimes another. It can be very difficult. Ah, I see Jiminy
Regular mustard.
has brought
yeah.
some food.
Honey mustard. Wow, what? Jiminy's not doing this. This is
Oh.
I'm Chives, the butler.
He's serious,
You
though.
know how to destroy the atmosphere very well. Any other things here that you like or even dislike? I'm interested.
The people
hear
all
your
seem to
perspective.
be pretty together with one another. There seems to be a community spirit between the villages,
Ah,
which
that's
is nice.
good to hear.
Yes.
Yeah, that is good.
They help each other out when they can.
Do you mean between them or
Yeah,
in
it
themselves?
seems like they do trade, so it seems like trading and stuff is pretty good.
One area has more of something things than another, and so that is what keeps them together
Yeah.
and binds them in strength and unity. Yes.
I will also say that most people here seem to live in a harsh condition. But I will say it's nicer than where I came from. We had to eat. We had to do a lot of things to survive.
So it sounds like you are thinking that you would like to stay here.
I mean, I would certainly say that people have a better life than they did in Vorostikov.
That is good. I'm glad to hear that. And I'm glad you are here.
A lot of people starved in Vorostikov.
That is a great perspective from someone outside of Barovia.
Yeah.
But what do you dislike?
It seems like a lot of people live with fear
Depressed.
and depressed, and a lot of them don't have souls.
Yeah, the soulless. Yeah.
Hold
We,
on.
we witnessed a child being born without one.
That's pretty creepy.
Wow, Chives is here with your cheese. It's hot.
I got it. I got them one's fingers.
You guys want some honey mustard too?
That's fine. You keep it on your side. For now.
Barovia is a realm steeped in darkness and cursed by its own unique set of rules. The evil entities that dwell here are, in a sense, a necessary part of our cursed landscape. Evil entities act as a buffer. They absorb some of the darkness and malevolence that would otherwise threaten the entire realm. Their existence maintains a fragile stability, keeping the horrors beyond our borders
Will
at
you
bay.
cheese
I am
too?
fine. I am fine.
I'll put it over here.
Yes. So you see, I cannot promise. Thank you.
Yo-yo
Here,
go.
I
give him
don't
a
have
plate.
one.
Hey, yo-yo
Oh.
You didn't give Strahd a plate.
Now, of course, Strahd normally would not eat, but I'm
Strahd.
thinking. But I am of mortal.
Technically also a human. This is hot.
Jeez, that's a lot.
Did he tell you
Well,
the
you
kinds
know.
of sometimes you forgot
Yes.
to get?
Jesus Christ, you know.
Thank
So
you.
good, I could dip.
He's here with you at all times. Jesus.
Yeah, he's in my heart.
No, just Jesus. No,
Yeah, I
Jesus
know.
is different.
Cheese
This
is
is
in my
Jesus.
heart. I love cheese.
This is
Do you
Jesus.
understand what I say, though, about the evils?
Yeah, sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
You were
Jim-
going.
Jimmy got all of that. Yeah.
You need some evil to counterbalance others.
Exactly.
There
It's
are
called
certain
deterrence.
things beyond my control
Yes.
that the people must endure.
How I
And they do.
Yeah. The way I see it is, at the end of the day, there is inevitable facts that must happen. We face many things in my tribe where we'd have to let go of the weaker, older people to die because of lack of food to preserve the tribe. So, in a sense, at some times you have to make harsh decisions for the survival of your family or
Low man. You're
Your
not allowed to
people.
drink wine.
Absolutely. You are wise again, beyond what I would have expected. So, let me direct my question to one who I believe does not come from beyond.
Yeah.
It is, in fact, a Barovian. You look Barovian, are you? He's looking at Lazarus.
That is true.
So, you have lived here for how long?
A long time.
Okay.
Not quite as long as you and your
Well.
family.
That is a
But-
given. But you grew up here.
Yes.
You were born here.
Hmm.
And what do you like about living here? I'm interested because you are native. Don't worry, I'll let you tell me what you don't like as well.
Yes. You see, the like part is the hard part for me.
All right. Don't be afraid.
there's just so much.
I think the benefit of having to fear for your own life each and every day is that you build a tight-knit community
Yes.
with the people around you. However, that could be torn apart from you at a moment's notice, whether it be from the various terrors of the night or even
So this is a thing that you consider positive.
no.
No.
Sounded like pretty positive to
It
Grutz.
sounded positive,
It
but
sounded-
I think somewhere in there it changed.
Yes.
So you think it's a binding thing, but at the same time it is a bad.
It's a bad thing because it's more of a bond born out of necessity rather than out of one's own free will.
Given our circumstances, the mist, the darkness, the dark powers that reign here, what would you do to improve it? What would I do?
Well, you could try to improve it by providing aid to the various towns so they're not as raided by the werewolves or vampires and such. Since you control the probably a wide variety of undead, you could probably help clear the roads leading between towns and create safer traffic between them.
There is some truth to your statement. I do not control the werewolves. They are of their own decisions. They live as a clan and cult themselves. The undead that abounds here is profuse, and I do not necessarily control all of what you think I control from the undead perspective.
Oh, so
But it also is beholden to, pardon me, let me finish. It is beholden to my people to be wise, to avoid those things and learn, and to take care of themselves and others, as you've already pointed out. So I could not be everywhere at the same time to protect all. You see what I say?
Yes. So I guess my question is, what do you think it means to be a lord?
Hang on. He fucked it up.
Hold on.
In the one
Come here, little guy. Come here, my little man.
What were you asking?
My question was, what do you think it means to be a lord?
The lord of this domain?
Or just a lord in general, a ruler of men?
Well, it is my duty to seek protection for people. I need to create this balance and hold that balance as I have described. Sometimes, as I say, one side will outweigh the other. They always seem to rebalance themselves. And this is done by the peoples, the animals, everything about the environment. Sometimes, as a lord, you need to leave things alone. And in fact, most of the time, you need to show patience. The people resolve themselves.
Shit.
He got you there,
No,
didn't he?
no.
Stumped you, didn't he?
Why, thank you,
Got
Jiminy.
you good.
It is not
He
my-
got you good!
It is
No,
not my
I didn't say
intent.
shit because of that.
Lazarus,
It's
you got
not my
good.
intent
What's
to.
your...
It is not my intent to outthink you. I will consider some of the things that you are saying. Because as a person who's lived here, you have endured it longer than those who are visiting.
I guess my consideration is what have you done to help provide for your people throughout these years?
I have stayed out of their business.
Yes.
That is the best I can do. It allows them to control their situation. It allows them to control how well they live and the environment around them. Everybody lives in a different manner, Lazarus.
So would you say that your territory is prospering currently?
Everybody survives. We survive. Barovia survives. Not everybody lives a full life, and not everybody, I can't say, dies in a peaceful manner. Where were you born? May I ask?
On a village that is no longer probably on a map.
Well, there are several of those. It could be any possibilities. And you are not that old, are you?
Nice.
this is all new stuff to us, so I don't know.
You spelled on your shirt.
Oh, I did?
Yeah.
Lazarus, you got to eat more carefully.
It is
I'll go to
okay.
your left
The
side right there.
clothes belong to old adventurers.
Yeah.
They didn't last through dinner. Don't worry.
Okay.
Did they
I
try
ex-
to steal?
Pardon me?
Did they try to steal? Is that why?
Some
He passes.
went out of their way and got lost, let us just say. And there are consequences, I'm sure you've been told. After all, I invited you in and you accepted,
So what
so
was
we
the,
should have no problem.
You say you stay out of people's business, but what was the case with the your attack on Velaki?
In Velaki, so you're cutting to the chase
Damn.
of many things.
I'm gonna take it.
Hold on.
I was
I
gonna
have
slow
to-
burn
There's
this
so
shit.
much stuff here. I have to. It's all right.
That's good.
First of all, I would like to thank you all for what you did in Velaki.
Wow.
You resolved something that was happening there, which I was aware of, tearing the city apart. And that was two parties arguing and not looking after the peoples of the town.
Exactly.
And you, in fact, eliminated both.
Yep.
I would
Yeah,
not have
somehow.
expected that.
Perfect.
You are close to what would have been my heart.
We saw
You know
we
what?
saw what it's become now. It's fantastic.
Both
It
of them
is.
were
It's
bad
a lot
people.
better off.
As I explained to you, Lazarus, sometimes the bad things happen for the better. I assume, and the brides are looking at you
Hell yeah, they are.
like what you were asking about Valaki. You can see that they've stopped drinking
You've
and
pissed off the
they're kind of looking at you with like and even Rod.
Shame.
Danny.
Strahd, however, his face remains sort of the mask that it's been. You're leaving. This one is Lucian, like others before and after him, served a purpose, Lazarus. A soldier of war no more. Lucian, who died in the festival days, died because he harbored contraband. Relics of a dead saint. It's too bad he's not here to sit. You need to hear this.
Jiminy Carlyle.
You need to hear this.
Hang on. I'm trying to help Mom.
Yeah, I know. I knew this wasn't going to work.
Okay.
I have so much cheese. Do you want cheese?
No, I'm good.
I don't eat cheese. And
Are
I
you
don't
lactose
drink
intolerant?
I love
wine.
cheese.
I
I
am
love cheese.
intolerant of everything.
So, say if someone drinks or eats something with like
Garlic.
lactose or garlic, and you drink their blood, does it affect you?
Yeah.
All right.
No,
Damn it.
no.
I was really curious about that one.
He has asked about Valaki.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
In fact,
Yeah,
he
Carl,
has
I was here the
basically
whole time.
said,
Wasn't listening.
why did I act so, let's just say, abruptly?
Yeah, that was pretty apocalyptic, bro.
So
pretty
I will
terrifying,
say this
actually.
again. Lucian serves a purpose, and the reason he died is because he harbored contraband.
Contraband.
Relics of a dead saint
Oh.
who would prevent the land's master, me, because of his nature, from entering his own property.
Is it the bones of St. Andrew?
Yes, those are relics.
Oh.
And to deny me access to my own property is a crime. Lucian denied me. Make no mistake, Lazarus.
So-
I own everything that the mist touches.
So how
All
do you-
of you note this.
How'd you get in? If that was bad, if that was such a bad thing.
How did I get in where?
They stole the bones.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I guess. Yeah. But we put them back. I was able
The
to get in after
towns,
that.
the churches,
Gotta be sanctified.
the roads, the churches, White Rose, the pines, even your
Does
precious
that
winery.
mean you can enter the abbot's house?
It
and
is
press
only
stop?
by my grace that my subjects inherit these places. For I am the one true lord of Barovia, Lazarus. Lucian failed to understand this, and you should learn from his mistakes. Huh?
Sure.
That is why you are still alive.
Educational value.
You see, you are still alive because you have broken no laws, which would warrant execution. At least none that I care to enforce. The arson of Bone Grinder, for example, your arson there, that place was an eyesore. I'm glad it is gone.
Sweet.
Any acquisition of property, though, is hoarding of my property. And I see it as an act of innocence or naivete on your part, one that we will soon rectify. See, you have seen one of you who has paid the price already. In this land, there is no escaping the consequences of one's actions. Through fate or law, one will always be judged. Lucian was judged. In my judgment, you have done nothing to earn your deaths. You are no threat to me, unless you thought otherwise. Do you think you are storybook heroes fighting against tyranny?
I will definitely say we are not storybook heroes.
No!
God, no. We're closer
That
to
is good,
mercenaries.
because that is not the case.
I'm gonna tell you, we're not. We shouldn't be called a white rose. We're so fucking.
Yeah, we're more of a brown rose, an
Yeah.
off-white rose, you know, eggshell white rose.
We burned down a lot of places.
Well, pretty much every place we've been to is
So
burned
far,
down.
you have chosen well.
We've killed a lot of good people.
So
Yeah.
far, you
On
have done
accident.
very well. And as I say, Lazarus, if you are part of this land, You know how poisonous it was and toxic in Valaki.
Yeah.
The people have fixed it.
God, I need to think
with a
about
little
how
help.
guys have killed with this.
With a little help from
Yeah.
the White Rose,
Yeah.
I was surprised to hear about Fiona Wachter's skeletal army. But I have been invaded before, and if you had not taken care of this problem, I would have taken care of it. I thank you.
Oh, Jimmy's
what-
got a question.
So
what kind of army?
Jiminy is raising what little hand he has.
I didn't even see
I
it.
appreciate
It's
it.
gonna be my base
I didn't
here.
even see it.
Lazarus, did I answer your question? It's very important.
Don't
Be
mind.
careful.
I'm kind
Be
of.
careful where you go and tread.
Okay.
Yes, I am very. I'm trying to be very
Don't-
careful because
don't mind
I know
that.
That's
how
all
to-
right. I will not take offense.
Don't.
If you think your question is offensive, then perhaps you
Reword
should
it.
reword or rethink. Would you
I'm
would
not
you
doing that at
accept
all.
would you accept this question if you were me? Ask yourself, whatever it is you're going to ask, would you accept it? Or are you trying to dig a grave?
See, I have to, not to change the subjects, but Lazarus is a new member.
Grutz,
So he
as a
doesn't know
leader,
a lot.
as a leader, you should let your person speak for
I'm
himself.
trying to save him.
Oh. All right. As a leader, I can say that I can enjoy that. Let me enjoy it. He's going to sit back. The brides are sort of looking, and they're kind of looking at you now.
Yeah.
Yes.
So okay. So I've been to this land, and it's the first land that's not snowing, which is great. I've only known snow and starvation.
Okay.
So this has been a big one up for me.
Good.
But I myself, though I am the leader, I am not the oldest member of the Rose here. And I have not even met Van Richten, who, as we know, is dead.
Grutz, you are rambling. Please address what it is
Okay.
that you want to say,
So
and we'll talk of Van Richten.
I
In a
want to
moment.
ask you, what happened to
Wait,
the blue?
Grutz. Jiminy raised his paw.
That's
Right.
true.
Jimmy raised his hand.
Jimmy,
As
go
a
ahead.
leader, my friend, I appreciate your curiosity and
Yeah.
your emotion, but
Sometimes
let
Jimmy
us turn to the
sometimes-
man behind the glass.
Sometimes Jiminy Carlyle takes
But wait,
priority over
although
others.
Jiminy, wait.
God damn it.
I do want to go back because you have tried to. Are we good?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, look at that. Okay, so you're not scared of a skeleton army? Does that mean you have like a bitchin' army?
Jiminy. He's kind of smiling for the first time. I have no army. I don't need one.
What's with the mutant guy then?
Mutant guy.
Yeah,
Mutant guy.
little squidgy.
What squidgy guy are
Serious
you?
Bellevue?
Yeah, that guy.
Cyrus Bellevue?
Cyrus.
Yeah, that guy.
Bellevue?
Little.
Cyrus works for me. Hold on here. Let me. I think I have it. Believe it or not.
Look at that. Jiminy's uncovering the hard facts.
No, yeah, I have it.
We now know he's a single man with no army, other than Ravenloft, who's probably a one-man army.
And his wives.
Yeah, but they're hot. I'm not killing them.
You should see if you could become one of his concubines.
Oh, I'll be one of his fucking concubines as long as I get to sleep with those women. God damn. He knows how to pick them. But Jiminy Carlyle.
So I do have an employee, Cyrus Bellevue, who serves as a steward, as you say, an observer of sorts.
Sure.
Cyrus considers himself. What was it you were asking about him, though?
What's up with him?
What's up with him?
Yeah, he's kind of creepy looking, you know.
Well,
Because
the-
you know, you say you're not scared of a skeleton army, but
No.
like, clearly, obviously, I am. I'm terrified of a skeleton army. That's pretty scary.
Really?
What?
Really?
No, not really. You know, I'm just kind of talking out of my ass. But
Okay.
that's what I do. But,
Yes, please
anyway.
get to the point.
You
have a
know,
lot to
if you're
talk
not scared
about.
of a skeleton army, that would technically mean that you got a cooler, better army of like maybe zombie guys or something. I don't know, vampires or some shit. But then you say no, so then why you got like a mutant guy?
Cyrus is a Bellevue. The Bellevues are a family in Kresk.
Okay.
The family, you obviously came from Kresk, but you have yet to learn. The Bellevues are a different sort of family.
Oh,
They
they're the
seek
lepers.
perfection. They seek a higher station in life than they have. And for that, they have approached the abbot. You can talk to them or the abbot. But I know that I can tell you that Cyrus considers himself better off. He considers, you see, his situation as a transformation that is more beauty and a more perfect, a rounded individual than if he was who he was. He seeks this and wants this. And I employ him because he's very good at what he does.
What does he do?
He is my observer.
Oh, that's it? Okay. Just watches?
Yes.
Okay.
Sometimes you want somebody who watches, Jiminy.
That's true.
For perhaps he's watching you.
No, he's not watching me. His eyes looking off in that direction. I see it.
He's not in the room. So. Let me ask you all this. Why are you here?
Oh, I got an invitation.
Yeah, I was invited. I'm here for some grub.
You got an invitation. Hold on.
People are all scared of you, but you know what? I've met
Hold
people-
on, hold on,
Never mind.
hold on.
Never mind.
What makes you think people are afraid of me?
They all say it.
They don't say your name.
Yeah, they're scared to say your name.
They're scared to
They
say
don't
your
want to
name.
look at your castle. They're terrified. They live in
So
fear.
many things happening here. I need to. You say, let us go back. You received an invitation.
Yes.
To Barovia.
Yes.
What?
Interesting.
I
From
think
whom?
You.
From
You?
me?
Yeah.
You see Strahd and he's looking at you. You're sitting next to him. From me.
Yeah.
Strahd looks down the table to Rahadin. Rahadin's looking back at him, and Rahadin kind of looks.
Pull it out, Grutz.
I'm gonna pull out the letter.
Ah, the letter. Do you have it?
Yeah.
He's looking at it. Curious missive. And this invitation of mine, does it speak of an opportunity or a chance to prove your worth with great rewards? Do you seek rewards? Grutz?
I seek a challenge.
You seek a challenge. You can see he's sort of smiling. Have my attention.
Yes.
Know this, Barovia is a realm of secrets, and I am the keeper of many. Whether you leave with reward, answers, or something else entirely depends on your actions
Yes.
here with me. I will talk to you later.
Okay.
For now, table conversation. W.
Yes.
Let me ask you. Oh, no. You brought up Jiminy. You brought up an
Huh?
invitation too.
Yeah. You gave me one face to face. You were there. I was there.
The invitation to dine?
Yeah.
Oh, yes, of course.
Yeah.
I meant why you came to Barovia.
Huh? Oh.
You received a doll.
Jimmy just kind of goes where the wind blows him, you know?
And you came to Barovia.
Yeah, and then these guys followed me. So I decided to tag along.
He's a member. He didn't.
My deepest thanks to you, Jiminy.
Oh, Jared, yeah, no problem.
Good. That is very good.
Yeah,
Well,
great
let me
place.
let me ask you. Let me go to W.
Sure.
And then I'll get Lazarus in trouble.
Yeah.
You have an aura imbued with this essence of mysticism. I am intrigued by this. Would you be so kind as to share your background?
Yes, I grew up with N. I'm his younger brother. So I was taught.
You and N are brothers.
Yes,
N is so much
older.
older.
He was cursed.
Oh,
Yeah,
I see.
Happens.
I know.
he's
Happens
actually
to-
only.
Tell
Happens to a
me-
few of us.
Tell me I know. Yes.
He's
Technically,
really
I'm
only.
cursed too.
We'll get to that.
He's really only a year older, but He's not.
a year older, but
he was supposed to be, yes.
He looks very, very.
Now he's like
old.
60 years older.
I thought it was his 80s.
He is. He's 60.
That is a
and
difficult
W's
curse.
20.
Would the well? Let's talk W. Go ahead. Tell me.
I grew up learning both cleric and paladin skills, but I did not like them. Wasn't as good as my brother, so I met a hermit in the woods who was kind of a hag / necromancer, and he taught me how to do some magic. But I've always been kind of one with the spirits, so that's kind of why I went towards it.
So folk magic and ancient wisdom.
Yes.
A blend. That is good. Could you provide some insight into the specific spells you practice? How do they differ from more traditional magic?
Unlike most people who are witches, I don't just do necromancy spells. I can do them, but I prefer to stay more on the divination / like druidic spells.
So you cover various schools.
Yes.
And you do cover necromancy.
Yes.
That is.
I can bring the dead back.
Can you?
Yes, and I can speak with the dead.
You can restore life.
Yes.
There is only one other person here who can do that.
The
You should talk to him.
The abbot? Yes, that was
Yes.
my goal.
Yes.
Because I heard he can do it for people who have died from a longer time. I can only do it if they die in a minute.
Yeah, you're
Interesting.
kind of out of luck.
Interesting. What motivated you to follow this path?
I have a more spiritual connection to magic than I did swordsmanship and God.
That's not unlike N.
Yes, it's very
spiritual. I'm afraid I don't understand that. I don't
Like ghosts.
follow. Like what?
Ghosts, I can kind of
Oh,
feel their emotions.
spiritual,
yes.
like ghosts. I'm sorry. I
Yes.
thought you meant like N and
A higher
his
power,
higher, yeah,
Yes, I
ghosts.
kind of follow that more so.
Now I can relate to that. So you have a bond with the natural world per se,
Yes.
a deeper connection to the arcane.
Yes. I like learning more about life and death rather than what's beyond death.
Have you encountered a fair share of battles and challenges with this mystical background?
Yes, I would say
You
a lot
must
of
have-
people.
You must have related to the inhabitants of the windmill.
Yes, I did.
I'm
I
surprised.
know that they were very close and they were a coven. I have a coven myself, so
And you fought them.
yes.
You burned their...
Yes,
Their
sometimes
place.
covens will face other covens. It's kind of a little battle, but
Oh, I see. Were
Mm-hmm.
you looking to replace them?
maybe kind of let them know that hey, someone from my coven is here. And
I think you let them know. Wow.
a battle of kind of strengths.
And yet you carry a sword.
Yes. Part of my coven is about using your swords. You imbue your magic spirit abilities into the weapons.
So which do you prefer?
I would say magic.
Interesting.
I've
Very
never been as
interesting.
good as my brother with the sword. So.
Your presence is rather striking. Many would find your unique combination of mystical powers and your physical charm quite captivating. I must admit, I find it very captivating.
Oh, thank you.
Has your charm and mystique ever played a role in your interactions with allies and adversaries?
I would say yes.
And how?
The women of towns like me.
The women.
Yes.
But what about your enemies? Your adversaries?
I would say no, not so much. I guess I'm pretty strong, but I tend to be more in the back and kind of let Grutz and take over. I'm not as
You
a
tend
forefront.
to be in the back? Grutz
Yeah,
stays
I'm
in
not
the
as
back.
a forefront
Grutz
type
stays
of
in the
fighter.
front.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting. Jiminy,
Jiminy Carlyle.
my dear hunter, it's not often I encounter one of your stature in these lands.
It's true, it's true. And
How-
I'm always this size.
How did
I used
you
be
come
3
to
foot
acquire
4.
your experience in hunting? How did you become so skilled with that crossbow of yours?
Ah, yes, Jiminy Carlyle.
Especially given your shape.
Yeah. Well, a wise man once said, "Judge me by my size, do you?" I don't know where it came from. I heard it from somebody else, but I assume that it came from somebody very wise and very powerful.
Well, it is unusual, and so
Sure.
I can understand why people would.
Sure. Sometimes things don't appear as they seem.
Well, how did you
Yeah.
develop your skill?
Over time, obviously, you just keep going at it.
That is your answer.
Sure.
Interesting.
You start at point A and you end up at point B eventually.
I find it amazing you possess the ability to walk, run, and fight,
Yes.
and defeat foes with such a unique physique.
Yes, I do have a dexterity of 20. Don't know how that happened.
Share the tale of your incredible abilities.
Well, like I said, I mean...
How is it that you are able to defeat people?
I mean, how is it that an ant can, defeat a grasshopper, By banding together,
Oh,
something like
I
that,
see. So you gather your other ants.
No.
Oh,
Jiminy Carlyle is a one-man army, obviously, clearly. Look at me. I'm the picture of health.
you're not making much sense, Jiminy.
You
It's very hard to
backpedaled
follow. How do you manage to move with the agility you have with your size?
It's a lot of... You gotta understand, there's this wonderful science called physics that Jiminy is a master at.
Ah,
Yes.
and how did you learn this? You're obviously very smart.
Well, partially through experience. You jump onto a tree, and then you see what happens when you try to jump to the next one. And then you correct it over time.
You started by jumping from tree to tree?
Well, I mean, obviously, I'm Jiminy Carlyle. I could jump from tree to tree if I wanted to.
Wow.
Yes.
I
could
would
do
have thought...
I could do a triple backflip right now if you wanted
I
to
would
see
thought
it.
you were the size of a child and could not jump from tree.
I wasn't always this big. I used to be.
Oh,
I used to
okay.
be 3'4" instead of 2'4".
And so you acquired your skills in combat? Defeating enemies?
Well, here and there, sometimes you're hunting a deer, sometimes instead the deer turns into a goblin.
He has a famous title,
Yes.
Yes, what is that?
the last hit wonder,
Yes.
The last hit wonder.
Yeah.
because he always gets the last
I
hit.
always get the last hit in.
Ah,
I may not get the first hit in,
see.
but I'll always get the last hit in.
You are the tricky one.
Yeah,
the
sure.
one who waits for the right moment.
Exactly. Sometimes,
The fox.
as another wise man once said, theatricality and deception,
Ah, I'll
Yeah,
keep
yeah.
my eye on you.
Just because
Jimmy.
I look like a fat little...
Yeah.
Just because I look like a 200-pound, 2'4" halfling doesn't mean I am one.
He's also the one who's up to no good usually.
Untrue. That is a biased opinion.
I see Grutz expounding on his leadership qualities
Yes,
to
yes.
help bring out your very humble
His charm.
inside. Yes.
Yes. Jiminy
So
Carlyle
I
is...
give Grutz credit for
Yes.
yeah, not
Jiminy
always
Carlyle
easy to talk about
has saved
ourselves.
this crew many a times, and he will save them many a more.
One last
Especially
question.
W.
What magical powers it contained in this thing on your face?
What? What?
What is the magical power?
This?
Yes, on your face.
This?
Yes.
This?
Yes.
No, blocks out the sun. Makes it a little easier to see during the daytime.
May I see this?
What? No.
Why not?
Uh,
I would like to try it. We don't have much sun here anyway, but
these are too big for your small head. As I, Jiminy Carlyle, have the widest head of all.
I would like a pair of those.
You ask somebody who's not me.
You know how to make them?
No, I bought them in a distant land.
I'm afraid
Wow.
I am not as happy as I should be. I was
Oh,
hoping to
look
get
at
it.
that little boy.
Thank you.
Sorry.
So he
Oh,
looks
it's
at
like I'm at
Lazarus. You're a practitioner of the arcane arts. Magic in all its forms has always fascinated me. I've pondered the various ways in which it can be harnessed. How do you approach the art of magic?
Well, I gained my arts through the art of sacrifice.
Ah,
So, I sacrificed a lot to get to where I am now.
I know what it means to. I know what. Yeah, we really shouldn't. We really shouldn't throw anything in here. Too many cables. Did we store insights in that area? How do you master your magic to increase your powers through all of its details. Think.
Practice is one.
Normally, Strahd does not eat, but I am not. For at
Practice
least-
is one thing, but it's also.
Am I to use my fingers? Oh, yes. Go ahead.
I said practice is one thing, but it's also experience. Going through life and death situation teaches you a lot and allows you to learn how to apply your abilities in new ways.
Ah. So you use your experiences in that way
Somewhat. Yeah.
to accentuate. That is very profound. I find that to be very profound. By the way, the meal in front of you.
Wow.
Are you going to announce the meal, dear, and what it is? Hello, lady with your back
Thank
to
you.
the camera.
It is smoked duck, scalloped potatoes, buttery, garlicky green beans.
Ooh, garlic. Not my favorite.
It's mine.
What's the
Farmer's
sauce?
bread and apricot sauce to put on the duck if you like.
Ooh, thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Rich is from my land.
Sure.
Rich is from my
Rod,
area.
you're in to get the apricot sauce yourself.
Yes, I understand.
Well, we'll pass it down.
I'm sure, Lazarus, you have your own spell book of magical focus, like me. Are there specific spells or techniques you find most effective?
Yes, typically.
He knows one move.
A one-trick pony, I believe.
Sort
is
of.
What they
but
call it.
Have you ever heard of the magical spell, Eldritch Blast?
You know,
Of course.
Strahd, I feel like I got my. I feel like me and you are in the like in which we both sacrificed in return to gain power.
I know what my sacrifice was. Are you aware of mine?
Is it the fact that you're no longer human?
Yes. Yes, I gave up my mortality. I would hope you did not do the same. You do not seem to be a creature of the night like I am, at least in the sense of what I would call undead. Otherwise, why would you be with this group? Do you find that with this group you are accentuating your ability?
To an extent, this group does do a lot of stupid things.
Oh,
She's the guy that turned into a flagpole and then a barrel and got kicked out of a town.
Yeah, he did all those things.
You know, I find it is good to be critical of yourself and your team. It makes you more aware. It
Yes.
creates a more of a aspirations for
Yeah.
all. So I understand that. How do they help you in focus of your mystical arcane arts?
My character's just getting another swig of wine.
Ah.
Inspiration. And
Let's-
giving him an opportunity to use his abilities.
Let's
clearly.
look at it this way. Do you have any secrets of wisdom to impart on this subject to me?
I would say, in terms of magecraft, I would say.
Hold on, I'm sorry. Think of it in a second. I'm pondering Jiminy and the issue he's having with the vegetable.
You know, I'm not a fan of garlic either.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to watch you eat it. We're going to sit and watch you eat it. You know why? Because I want to see what the hero you are. How you face adversity of the green bean. How the garlic can be consumed by your mighty girth. Ready?
Come on.
1, 2, 3, go.
Hang on, I got. You know, it's
Can you give Drew some of the apricot?
it's a mixture of it. It's a big bite,
Yes.
and
I give you credit for taking it all in one blow.
Strahd.
Thank you.
Pour some on.
Yeah, just a little. That's fine. On the duck.
On the duck?
Yeah, that's fine. Thank you. How do you like the duck?
It's good.
It's good.
It is gamey, is it not?
I love duck.
He ate it. He ate it. I missed because I was getting apricot for my duck.
I still have more.
Drink more wine. It will make it feel all the better. That will feel better when you eliminate it.
I felt good watching him eat that.
Yeah. It's
Speaking
better
of-
going out than going in.
That's what I hope, man.
Speaking of eliminate,
Yes.
How do we eliminate?
Jiminy mentioned a toilet.
Ah. Let me.
A great toilet that he said you have.
I guess
Yes. Hold on here.
I guess I can finish up my question as his question to me as well. I think the important thing is that even if a spell might seem simple and it might seem weak,
Spicy.
you can adapt it
They're
to
not.
creative ways to solve
I know.
problems that would otherwise take much higher level spells.
So you're saying
I'm trying.
Creativity.
be creative with how you employ them, not just what you learned for them to do in terms of its result.
Yeah.
I will consider that. That is interesting. Very good. Hold on here. Ah. I'm getting nowhere fast. Sorry.
It's okay, Jiminy's trying to eat his green beans.
Now, what was your
That's
question?
probably
What was
pretty
your question,
entertaining,
Jiminy?
wasn't it?
Where is the cursed toilet? I believe you say.
That wasn't my question. Somebody else was asking it, but obviously.
Well, obviously, it is behind the cursed bathroom door.
Oh, okay.
That's
Is
where
it
it would.
labeled?
Sure.
I always knew there was a cursed shitter.
There is a You're asking where the bathroom is. It is outside the main door to the left. You will see a small door. It is not called cursed bathroom. It has a symbol of a man and woman on it. It is for all.
Wow, how progressive. How inclusive. Good job.
Let me continue some of the conversation while you eat. Let's see. I'm going to turn my attention across the table to N.
Yes.
I have often found discussions about faith to be quite enlightening, but you see, I do not claim to be a creature of divine origin. But I have my own perspective. You probably question my existence, which defies the natural order, preying upon the innocent, and defying the will of the gods. How can I justify such a life, you may ask? You raise a valid point, Paladin. But consider this, in my existence I have transcended the limitations of mortality. I have witnessed the rise and fall of civilizations, and I have contemplated the nature of existence itself. Is it not a form of divine gift to achieve such longevity and wisdom?
It could be seen as that, yes.
So it would expand your beliefs and thinking to include one such as me?
I would say everyone has a fair shot at going to where they need to be, and everyone's right in their own ways.
And if I am as I am without a god like you, am I seen as evil in your eyes? Am I seen as less worthy?
I wouldn't say less worthy. I will say I do see you as being geared more towards the evil side, but that is my own personal beliefs of my god.
Evil is a judgment.
But there
right?
are greater. Everyone has some evil in them.
True. Even you.
Yes.
And so, if such is the case,
Sire, there's more duck and potatoes than
is it not the very essence of existence to have this struggle of good and evil? Does that not make me just as worthy of my position as you are of yours? Does
I
this
would
challenge
say-
your God?
I would say it challenges my god, yes. Because I think in your way, your immortality is kind of like you seeking godhood. Well, I myself do not want to be immortal. I do eventually want to.
You see me as
pass
seeking
and-
to be a god here
Yes.
in my own domain and in my own right.
Yes.
Interesting.
Did you get any of the apricot sauce?
I did. It's good.
Okay. Like that in the accent. Sorry, it's funny.
It's very good.
there's more in there.
You believe this god Ezra will provide redemption?
Yes. I
Redemp-
believe right now there is some issues preventing her from being where she needs to be, but I think eventually she'll be able to kind of bring peace to people.
So if you believe in this redemption, is it not possible that even a creature like me, given the right circumstances with Ezra, might yearn for a change and seek this path of redemption?
Yeah, I think so.
You believe that as the holy man of your group.
Yes.
I hope all of the people in your team, the White Rose, hears your saying.
Yeah.
For you are justifying my cause and who I am. You are understanding who I am. I have never met someone of a paladin that would agree to that.
That's pretty crazy.
That is
Yeah,
pretty
it is.
far-fetched.
It is pretty.
It
It is
I
not.
agree
It is
with that.
not the
Is someone
answer
really a
I
paladin?
wrote and
I'm gonna
anticipated.
tell you right now, Strahd.
Or are you just being nice to me because you dine on my duck?
That's one letter away from something bad.
My choice of words do not want to seek anger from you.
I seek.
But on a truthful thing, I think you could potentially redeem yourself if you change your ways.
Please listen, White Rose. He's telling the table. Everyone at this table.
I believe
This holy man, paladin of the right hand of his god, believes in my redemption, Strahd.
My character's gonna burst out laughing.
I actually want to quit right now.
My
That is
my-
amazing.
My character's gonna start laughing.
I think you can redeem yourself if you put the
Look,
effort into
Strahd.
redeeming yourself.
That is the biggest left turn I've had all night. Okay. To what I wrote, everything I wrote, I was ready to get into a big argument with you. Wow. Okay. That's okay. That's cool. I can use that.
I mean,
Thank you, Ed.
outside of it, outside of the game, that's probably the holiest thing a person could say, right? That's not.
That's what Jesus said on the cross.
That's true.
It's non-judgmental. It shows that they believe that everybody's capable of good, even somebody who's evil.
Yeah.
You know,
And they believe that they can be led back onto the right path.
it's true neutrality.
Yeah.
Okay.
I am
That's
playing
interesting.
based off a very neutral man.
Most
He's very
paladins.
neutral?
It's
Most
It's
paladins.
possible that N not only stands for Nigel, but it also stands for neutral. But not only that, maybe, just maybe, his outlook on life has been jaded by the fucking idiots he's had to party with.
That is also true.
He has seen the most
Well,
deplorable actions from someone like Jiminy
I-
Carlyle, who's also capable of such great goods as saving his brother.
I want you to know that it was not what I anticipated you saying, but I find that to be one aspect of interest from this evening. So
I'd also like to point out that
File that
tonight,
away.
Tonight I'm the VIP. I'm the player of the game. I've eaten more vegetables than Sarah has so far,
okay.
and goddamn, that was not easy. It doesn't count now. I've called you out. It doesn't count.
See, I already finished, so. Ah.
I didn't finish mine. I don't think I'm gonna.
I think think I've gone through everything
Tried.
that I
I did my
wanted to
best.
do with you guys.
I'm actually gonna bring up a question.
I wanted to give you a chance to eat, so
Okay.
what brings you? I ponder this. What despite the invitation, despite that you lived here and live here, were born here, despite that you just wandered in of no accord. I wonder what brings you to my domain, this land of perpetual night. He's sort of looking at you all. You must think I am a monster.
I do.
To be fair, I have not seen you do anything that bad.
I
You did burn a town, but to be fair, we have also burned down towns.
I personally believe that you are not a great person,
Everyone's a monster.
but you have been very hospitable to us, so.
Perhaps
And you
you
kept
think
your
I've
promise.
summoned you here.
That's what I thought.
Did you think I summoned you
fair, I
here
think-
to
I
kill?
got a letter to come here.
Did you think I summoned you here to kill you?
No,
No.
I would be eating.
I'm here for my holy quest.
Yeah.
You are here for a holy quest.
Jiminy
This is the first I've heard of this. And
Yes.
what is your holy quest, then?
I am
Am I
to-
not your holy quest?
I believe you are not, actually.
I'm disappointed.
I believe my holy quest
He's
lies
staring you down.
elsewhere.
I am very disappointed. You
Oh, I'm
believe
sorry.
what?
I believe my holy quest lies elsewhere in this area.
Barovia is a land of mysterious entities and issues and all kinds of demons. Dark powers. I hope you have not bitten off more than you can chew.
I kind of bit off more than I can chew when I took these guys in.
What are you talking about? Grutz is the leader.
I am surprised. I thought the White Rose a tight group. I'm finding maybe a little
Fucked up.
well,
Well,
that's a very harsh word.
well, Strahd.
We're a tight
Do you
group,
know how
but
I
we,
became the leader?
No.
It was a competition of the strongest.
No, it was not.
Yes, it was.
I
Technically
left.
it was. Jiminy was
I
there.
left on my sabbatical, and I made
Jiminy
you the
seconds
leader.
this. No. We voted Grutz in. Then you and Grutz had a competition of strength to see who was the better person, and Grutz obviously was the better
I never
person.
battled Grutz.
Who did?
You know,
I remember.
your petty arguments are none of my concern.
Is it because you're immortal?
I have all the time in the world and no patience for small little trivialities. I'll let you worry about all that. But despite your assurances, my assurances to you, I think you are worried I've brought you here to your deaths.
Why would you give us food if you were
Mistake not, I could kill you
That's
if
okay.
I wanted. I won't lie. That thought
That would
was
be rude.
very brief in my mind, but in truth,
Ah,
it would be a tremendous waste. It would be far crueler to show you that I am right. And besides, I see so much more in all of you than probably you do. He points to Lazarus. The power of forbidden ages. He points to Grutz. The strength of the beast within. He
Yep.
points to N. The discipline of a soldier. He points to W. The intensity of a guileful fox. And he points to Jiminy.
yes.
The savage wrath of frustration.
Sure. Sometimes you just
Do
gotta
you,
pound it out.
do you
know?
think I brought you here to serve me? Perhaps I did.
You did have an observer.
To make you my playthings. Perhaps you are the latest in a long line of sordid fortune seekers I brought here to amuse me. Children have their dolls, men have their womenfolk. I have you. Or perhaps not. You brought yourselves here by the force of your yearning. There is something in someone that each of you wants in Barovia. You say it is not me. You must not estimate the power of desire. It has built empires and slain invincible kings. It can shape this world. Perhaps there is no reason at all. There is nothing wrong with mystery, but I believe there is another reason, and I believe you all know. But I will say no more on that subject. The noble pursuit of knowledge and justice. Do you believe you can end the suffering in this land?
Yes.
Yes.
You do.
I think we might cause more suffering before we end the
That's how
suffering.
we end it. Like Robespierre said in the French
Well,
Revolution.
the more heads that
The more heads that roll, the better the country.
Strahd is kind of looking at you and smiling. Such convictions. No doubt you believe in the power of the light and the strength of the just.
I believe in the strength of these gates.
That's right,
These
brother.
guns. Yes.
Come on, flex it, dude.
That's right, that's right. Didn't get that 20 dexterity
I-
by sitting on my ass.
I only see hands. I see no arms.
You just gotta look towards the side, you know?
You faced darkness before, and you will not be deterred by the likes of me or my family, right? You are bold indeed. I shall be most interested to see what fate has in store for you here in my lands.
Is there a reason why you invited us to your dinner?
To dinner? I invited you to talk to you.
He wanted to know
I
our
want to learn
character.
about you. I want to learn, you to learn about me and my family and my goals.
So how
I
do
am
you-
trying to determine yours. I just got through explaining to you. I think you all have reason, and I think some of those reasons you are not being forthcoming with. And I understand. I say let's drop that subject. I brought you here tonight because I admire you. There have been many like you who have come before you, who have actually laid me to waste. But be warned, I warn you too. You cannot kill me. You should know this. You speak of your master. I
Yeah.
wish to talk more about your master than Richten. You are the League of Roses.
Yes.
Only a fool in the domains of the demi-plane does not know about the League of Roses. We all know about you. We all know what your cause is.
Monster hunting.
Whatever you call it.
Protecting the people.
Whatever you call it. You would call me a monster. I said that already.
Said we're all monsters.
I heard you. And I believe you are correct.
Technically, I was hired.
Sometimes,
on as,
Grutz,
more of an
you
interim
very
role.
much surprise me. How is the meal? Are you enjoying your food?
It's very
I
delicious.
ate it. I devoured it.
If you'd like more, I can call Cookie.
Yeah.
A cookie!
Do you want more?
A cookie!
Yeah.
She doesn't have her phone on her, I don't think.
Cookie!
I can go in the kitchen and grab some.
All right. He wants potatoes. Grutz is a potato man.
I think on the potatoes.
Let me ask you, Lazarus. Did you know Van Richten? You are from Barovia. You would not have been able to escape the mist,
only heard of him.
just as all of Barovia has.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you have not met him.
No, I have not.
You heard the stories, the
Yes.
legends. You have heard the rumor?
That he's dead. Yes.
You have heard this. I have heard this too. I have heard
That was
he is dead. After all, you're the white rose, you would know.
Think Ed Sondai.
So, tell me about the demise of your illustrious leader.
Ed would know he was there.
Yes. He was captured from a town who was led by some demons. And he was tortured. And one of my allies pulled him out, but he didn't make it back in time to his butler.
He died.
And we found out he passed away, so then we attended his funeral later.
You all saw him dead.
He did. I knew.
They have never met him.
Yeah, most of the members died.
I did see his casket and attended his funeral.
She saw his body.
And you saw he is dead.
Yes, I believe so.
You believe so, or is he dead?
He is dead.
I think so.
Yeah.
I
Yes,
saw
no
his
question.
coffin, so yes.
You saw his body.
Oh yeah, I did see his body. I don't remember.
She saw his body.
Rumors
I am
and
87.
stories are so unreliable, but you were there in
All
a
of the
holy
roses
man,
got together.
a man of his word. Is Van Richten dead? His eyes are
It's
boring
yes.
into you. He's boring into you.
That's what everyone told you.
Hold on.
What the fuck?
No
as far
meta.
as you know, yeah, he's dead. Why
No,
are you, why
yep,
are you
yep,
can't
yep.
No
say
meta.
something?
No meta.
Guys,
We know.
ho ho ho! I asked you not to do this.
I thought he was dead, but I found a book talking about him. And so I have beliefs that he could be alive or could be dead. I have no idea when it happened.
My character's gonna immediately start to ignore line.
You found a book.
Yes.
Where is this book?
At a tower, Wizard's Tower.
Didn't we take it?
It could have been old, but it could have been fresh. I'm not sure.
It was written by Van Richten. What
I-
is this book? Why is it so important? Why does
Oh, wait,
it
was it a book?
tell you of Van Richten? What does
I
it
don't
tell
know.
you? Was
Wait.
he
It didn't.
the author of this book?
There was a, yeah, we did find a book.
He's
that
looking
he
at
was the
Rodden.
author of.
Rodden's like looking at. They're all looking at you. All of them are looking.
The
at you.
Van Richten's Guide to Monsters. I
Rush
have
is just
it.
in the side drinking wine.
But I think I did talk to a dead guy.
Hold on. This book is his guidebook
Yes.
to monsters.
Yeah.
He's kind of tapping.
But we found a tower.
That is a book that is published in many libraries. It is a well-known book.
And can't read.
I also can't read if it helps.
How do you know? All right. I assume one of you told you. Is this the book you speak of?
Yes.
Am I led to believe that you think Van Richten is in Barovia?
He read a book. That
I am
ba-
asking.
Okay.
We did find a tower that had some vampire stuff in it. But I did think it was.
What do you mean,
Like
vampire
steaks?
stuff?
Anti-vampire stuff, technically.
Yes.
Stakes, garlic, mirrors.
Anything that would. Look, let us cut to the chase. I have a proposition for you all. I would consider it a good gesture of goodwill on your part if you could do me a favor.
Kill the abbot.
No. What?
Kill, count, vine, count.
Prove to me the truth of Van Richten's demise. Provide me proof. Or provide me proof that Van Richten is in Barovia. I will reward you handsomely. I will reward
Do I
you
have anything?
very handsomely. I need to know. You know who Van Richten is.
Memories?
Pardon?
Can you see memories?
Memories of what?
Like, can you look into my memories of his funeral?
And what if I can? It would just
I
be
could show you
your.
that.
It would just be your
That's true.
your thoughts. What I need to know
A
is
letter from Hives. I'll pull out a letter. Our
Yeah.
new benefactor.
He should know Hives. So Van Richten's butler.
And best friend. And possibly.
This
lover.
is who we've
And the
been
new leader
communicating
of
with.
the
this is not proof of his death. This is proof that you are taking orders from a hive.
Yes.
But this does not prove he is dead.
I don't know if I have anything to prove that.
We used to get letters from him.
I'll
from
tell
I've
you what.
heard.
You look for proof.
Okay.
Or proof that he is here in Barovia. I will reward you for either.
Okay.
With the reward.
Do not attempt to deceive me. Surely you know the consequences of crossing me. I do hope it would not come to that. And do not try within your soul. I will know.
How would you be able to tell?
He's like a human lie detector.
You will be the one that tells me, Lazarus. I will not make that judgment. You will.
Oh.
So the question I have is how do you even know where we are? Or where we're, how do you know where we go? How are you keeping track? How do you even know we were in press?
Well, he is the land, something like that. Got some sweet powers.
I don't know if that was the thing you were pressing on.
Anyone who enters Barovia brings with them an aura of change, Lazarus. A disruption to my carefully woven web of tapestry of this realm. I can perceive this disturbance. It's like a ripple in a tranquil pond. I use it to locate presence. Understand that Barovia is a land shaped by my will. A place where the very land and sky obey my commands. Every shadow, every tree, every creature holds a piece of my influence. This connection allows me to sense disturbances. In other words, what Jiminy said. He is right. Jiminy understands me.
That's a pretty funny statement.
Well, that's belies the point, though, because you mentioned that you don't interfere with the people's lives, but technically you do, because you're the one who makes it perpetually dark and cause their crops to fail.
I do not control the mist. The mist. Hold on, let me some backup on this. I was doing really good too. The mist is a manifestation of the dark powers. A veil that is pulled across this domain to keep me a prisoner and hide away what lies beyond. Know that only I can make them part so that you may leave this land. Barovia is cursed, and I too am ensnared in that curse. I am not without remorse for my actions, but I must prioritize the greater good. It is a difficult path I walk, one stained with blood and shadow.
The greater good or what's the greater for you?
The greater good for
Damn.
all,
Like to say
Lazarus.
shit that's gonna get him
Look
killed.
at the Velaki and learn.
But isn't tactic? I'm gonna start walking into some dangerous water. But technically, the mist is only here because of you.
The mist was created by the dark powers to contain me. You are correct. And it is the mist that makes it dark here. I can part the mist to allow you, Grutz, Jiminy, and W to leave. I cannot leave. It is a curse that you cannot imagine.
Do you wish to leave?
With all my heart.
So aren't you then the center of the? That basically means that you're at the heart of this wrongdoing then.
You accuse me to take all of what is wrong in these lands. You need to address this with the dark powers. They choose to ensnare
They choose
me
the punishment.
and punish me, and so, in a way, you are correct. I admit, it punishes all who remain here. But I would not benefit by opening the mist and allowing everyone to leave, Lazarus. I would be condemning myself to eternal boredom.
So then again, it goes to it's not what benefits everyone, it's what benefits you.
And would you not say the same about yourself? And would you not say the same, Grutz, about yourself?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
W? So,
We live by
yes,
our
Everyone
Lazarus.
naturally puts themselves first.
There you go.
We live by
Again,
our desires.
again, Lazarus.
You didn't realize it. But
No, I know.
You're a lively
But
one.
even then, I wouldn't go around killing people in real life, Richard.
I know.
Oh, I can.
Richard is not here. It's all right. You can talk about it afterwards, but
Okay.
it's all right. You're doing good. It's okay.
But unlike most of us, I don't think we would do all the atrocities that you've committed.
Name an atrocity that I have committed.
Killing the
Dust
Velaki, drowning out the village of what's that town that got flooded?
Hold on. Start with the first one.
Velaki, the massacre you did in Velaki.
I explained Valaki to you.
Well, you
There
did-
was a man who was
That
defying.
doesn't define all the other people
You
who died.
didn't explain the blue.
Some
road.
must die for the cause. It is a balance,
For
Lazarus. Yes. Yes.
I can argue with him.
But Valaki is now a better station. It is in a better place.
How would you say that the general population of people are doing in Barovia?
I believe the people of Barovia work hard. They suffer.
Well, are there
So do
more,
I.
Well, are there more or less people than when you first began?
I don't take head count, Lazarus. You've been here yourself. You've
Yes,
lived
I
here.
would imagine that all of those villages that used to exist but now aren't is a good indicator.
Do you know what you speak of and why? Do you know why things happened the way they happened? You may not know all of what the facts are. And I'm not here to defend myself against your judgment, Lazarus.
And I'm here just to enjoy a good dinner.
And I hope you are. And your conversation is stimulating. That is true. What other atrocity would you like to address with me?
The Dusk Elves.
All right. And what about the Dusk Elves? What should I feel? Should I feel remorse and regret? I do not regret it. I am the rightful ruler of this land, and their actions oppose me, Lazarus. They turned against and stoned their own queen. Do you know this? They deserved their due. They were criminals, evil, an execution for an execution. They took away my bride, Patrina, so I took everything from them. Because I cannot allow citizens of my country to get away with such violence and murder in an attempt to oppose my will. They were rightly and justly dealt with. It was my duty as their lord to eliminate them for what they did to their own queen.
So you can.
They stoned her, Lazarus.
Okay, but what about your actions in killing people in Velaki?
Those people, as I already said, were a byproduct of people who were following.
Collateral damage.
Following.
Collateral damage.
What?
Collateral damage.
Yeah, they were following. Yes, that is well put. They were following a rogue and contraband relics. They were defying me. I must keep my rule, though harsh as you see it, so that all the equilibrium remains. When someone like Lucian provides this false hopes against all the wickedness and evil that is not only in Barovia but beyond, and I speak of dark demonic powers which you may or may not know of yourself, I am doing so because it is for the good of all and not just the few. And I understand where you think that I am being short-sighted, but you have not ever ruled an entire land, have you? So you do not know all of the things that you have going on that you have to juggle and deal with.
God damn, this is that again. I'm trying so hard not to get killed here.
Perhaps we should turn our attention to something else.
Yeah.
Or even, what time is it? Maybe it was dessert.
It's 8:38.
Yeah, maybe a dessert.
Okay. I don't know if it's
Cookie! Cookie! Dessert? We'll break for dessert. Do you want us to break now or in a few minutes? Okay, we'll continue for a few minutes. Where is
Yes.
Jiminy? I miss his
Thanks,
little
Master.
round body.
He's in the bathroom.
He is in the cursed toilet.
I
think
have no
so.
idea which toilet.
You know that could have bad repercussions.
That might be why he's not back yet.
Yes, he could take a while.
Can I
He
take
may
your,
never return.
can I take your attention to matters away from Castle Ravenloft and the nearby cities and focus on Krestov, the town we recently went
Crest.
to? Yeah, Crest.
Yes. Yes, of course.
I would like to ask questions about the abbot that lives there.
Yes.
My first question would be, do you and the abbot have any dealings together?
Very little. I know of his dealings. I know what he's doing.
So you know what he's doing.
Yes. Are you talking about his work with the Bellevues?
Not just that, with the disappearance of the bodies that's been happening in the town.
I do not condone such actions. You are speaking of grave robbing.
Yes.
No, I do not. But I cannot meddle in every local concern. It is the duty of the town's authorities and the abbot himself to manage
Yes.
these matters.
And the abbot brought back a man back to life. But he wasn't so much of a man as he was more of an abomination that consumed people. It ate villagers in the city.
And you encountered this?
Yes.
You saw it?
Yes.
With your
I
own
literally
eyes.
saw it eat someone.
Well, the abbot experiments are a matter of both fascination and concern. I agree. While I respect the pursuit of knowledge and power, I must admit that his methods can be rather unconventional.
It's also very unholy,
You speak to me of unholy.
I guess. I mean, Ed would probably say something along the lines of
Yeah.
that.
I do not go down that path, Grutz.
I do not.
But
Perhaps
he's
you-
an abbot.
I'm not a follower of the Morning Lord, so I don't know
But
what they
you,
practice.
you have within your group an individual who will raise the dead.
Yeah, well, that's different.
Why? It can be for good or for bad.
Well,
It depends on
Who
how
uses
you
it.
look at it. Yes, of course.
depends on who uses it and what they turn out.
I
to
must
be.
admit, if it's true, he succeeds in restoring life. But at what cost does it take for you to do that? The very fabric of life and death is unraveling before you when you see that, correct?
Yeah.
Look, it is not for me to judge the abbot's actions outright. However, it is clear that his experiments have brought both blessing and curses to Kresk, and the people there must grapple with these consequences. I believe they did when they had you there.
Yes.
Did you deal with this creature?
Yes, we killed it.
There you go.
So now
You have answered your own question, Grutz.
You are the lord of the land.
Yes.
Would you deprive us the option of encountering the abbot and maybe getting into a fight with him down the line?
I have no thoughts to that. I do not condone
Down.
fighting. I do not condone his actions, but I would not condone that. I
Okay.
would look to you as purveyors of light that you are to find and resolve these issues in a manner that is more befitting of your countenance and your cultural background. I believe you do not, Grutz, go into every room and immediately kill.
Well, my team's motto is actions first, talking later.
It's true.
Then perhaps you should reconsider.
Yeah. Maybe I'll
seek counsel
try
within your
conversing
team,
with the abbot.
Grutz. Talk to N.
I don't know, man. The abbot's pretty Seems pretty weird.
If you were to talk to Cyrus, as I have told you, he would tell you he is a god.
Yeah?
Yes. And has brought him and his family a better life.
Okay. I will talk to the abbot first before attacking him.
What you do is of your concern. But think about the consequences. To all.
I guess.
Not just to yourselves. Not just to one peoples who are being resurrected or grave robbing. It is a long and large accusation of yours to say that he is robbing these graves.
I guess.
Do you have proof?
No.
No, but it seems likely.
Here's my statement to you. If you get proof that he is doing the grave robbing, take the matters into your hands,
Okay.
as you have with this abomination.
Okay. I will.
In other words, he is no chum of mine.
Also, I have a
However, he does provide what you all are trying to do. Hope.
Yeah?
I don't care for that. So if you were to eliminate him, I would actually probably benefit.
Okay. I have a question. Did you actually kill a dragon? Because that's awesome if you did.
Well, thank you, Grutz. I have to admit, well, yes, the dragon's death was not a decision, though, that I took lightly. You are speaking of the
Argenvost?
silver
Argenvost.
dragon,
Yeah.
Argenvost. Yes. It was not a factor of my change, nor a requirement of the dark powers. Argenvost was a noble and powerful being, a symbol of hope again, a protector
Yeah.
of the land. However, his very presence was a threat to the stability I sought to maintain here in Barovia. So the Knights of the Silver Dragon under his leadership were determined to resist me. They fanned the flames of rebellion and defiance. I respect strength and valor.
Yeah.
That is why I brought you here. But I could not allow their rebellion to grow. As I've said to you, as with the skeletons, rebellions come. I have to handle them. I made the difficult decision to confront Argenvost, and this battle was very difficult, I assure you. In the end, though, I did emerge victorious, and that is why I sit here, and not him.
Nice.
The dragon's death was regrettable. It was a way to end and quell a flame of resistance. I appreciate your
Did you
respect.
keep any
and-
trophies?
Yeah, do you have his head?
I really want to know if you have any.
How would you know of this?
I don't know that.
What?
Well, I read a book.
You read
I
a
figured
book?
the first thing that
You
take
read it in a book?
Yeah.
Yes.
I figured the first thing you take from
Oh,
the dragon is its head.
we were told, I don't remember who told us, but we were told that you have the head.
Yeah. I've always wanted to see a dragon head.
Honestly, that's the only thing that you would want to take from a dragon.
That's
Well,
awesome.
You're gonna take its scale. Here's the scale.
I will admit,
not the head.
I do have it. It is, in fact, a trophy. It's a test of my skill.
Y'all
and
can we
cunning.
see it?
No, I
Question.
do not wish to.
Want to see how big the teeth are.
Yeah.
I've never
It
seen a
is
dragon.
something precious to me, and I keep for myself.
Damn.
Would you be willing to part ways with it for a cost?
Sarah,
The dragon
If you were to
skull
conquer
is
a dragon, would
a.
you
It serves as a
part ways with
reminder of my supremacy, not only over the natural world, but all who would dare to challenge my rule. So, I'm afraid I would not. It's too important for me to part with.
does it look cool?
Does it look cool?
Yeah.
Yeah, you bet.
Where's it hanging?
None of your business.
I just want to know if it's in like your bedroom.
You
or
are
something, You know, you
becoming-
get to warm your feet at night.
Oh,
just
You
like,
are becoming difficult,
I have-
like Lazarus.
I have
What?
another question.
Yes.
So when we were traveling, we heard mention of
That's where a dragon head
druids.
is.
I'm sorry.
We heard mention of druids. What is with druids in your land?
Druids?
Yeah, druids.
Well, they were once indeed the oldest people of Barovia. They're the keepers of ancient wisdom and the natural order.
Yeah.
They were the stewards of the land. They watched over the mountains, the forests, the rivers. In time, before my time, though, the druids held great sway over the balance of the realm. Their knowledge of the land's magic and their connections to the spirits were unmatched. Their numbers dwindled, though, over time, not in any due for me. The few who remain have retreated into the deepest, most secluded parts of this land, where they continue to uphold their traditions. They try to preserve what is left of their natural world.
Yeah. I can
You
understand
can find them if you seek
that. Okay.
to the southwest.
I was just wondering because one of
Small
our
group.
mages accidentally broke a part of a circle.
Okay, we'll be there in a minute. With that very bold statement, we will. Well, let me answer it, and then we'll go. So again, you say,
He broke a piece of the.
"Oh shit,
of
we're
the-
frozen."
I think he just.
Just did it.
Yeah.
Well, we'll come back.
One of our deceased members broke a part of the circle.
I got you. We'll do it when we come back. Let's go ahead and have a little break.
Might as well make
it's a
this
bio
interesting.
break. This is really going well. This is going well.
We're ready?
We're ready. Okay, so where did we leave off? Were you asking a question?
I mentioned the druids of the land,
Okay.
and then I said
Oh, you talked about the
circle.
circle.
The shrine.
Shrine.
Yeah, the shrine, the druid shrine.
And so did you ask, what were you asking? Were you asking him if he, what were you asking about the shrines?
I was basically asking if he knew what they were and what they did.
So he says, in a realm as ancient and as complex as Barovia, there are many forces at play, and the druids have always had their role in maintaining this balance. I have sought to maintain order in the land too, and I understand that the druids have a part to play. It has never been my aim to impede their rituals or define their sacred or defile their sacred places. Take a rock,
Yep.
hold it in your hand,
Okay.
turn any which way and throw it. You will hit a shrine. You will hit a standing stone.
Yeah.
Barovia is full of these. They are everywhere. They are simply being absorbed back into the land.
Okay. Do you know what they do?
They are
A place of worship.
a
is that-
place of worship for the druids.
Okay.
What about
Some
the-
places are bigger and hold more prominence. Those are mostly in the south.
Okay.
Yes?
Do you know anything about Fae in Barovia?
There are stories that have been whispered through the ages. Tales of elusive beings who exist on the fringes of the land's reality. They embody the duality of this land, its beauty, darkness. In the eyes of the druids, these beings were not mere creatures of folklore, but powerful deities. The Fae were said to inhabit glens, shadowy forests, moonlit clearings. They were often associated with the cycles of nature. To the druids, they were revered as guardians of their wild places. They were believed to be the intermediaries between the mortal realm and divine, and their worship was central to their traditions in Barovia. But for all of us, and you and I, folklore, stories.
Did you have any interactions with the Fae or these shrines?
Me?
Yes.
These entities and beings the druids are thousands of years old. I have only been here for about 700 years. They were 3,000 years old. There are remnants of the druids and their worship of the Fae, but there are no Fae in Barovia. There are certain manifestations.
What are these manifestations?
My horse, you saw him, Bocephus. Small minor thing. He, in fact, is the only one I know of. But I leave the druids to themselves. They will eventually be gone. Their numbers dwindle.
I have another question.
All right.
So when we were on our way to the city of
Crest.
Crest,
Like
we
the
were,
toothpaste.
we were beset upon by a lich.
Lich.
Yes.
Where?
At a
the
tower.
Wizard's tower.
Ah. And what happened?
It sucked us into a different plane, and it tried to make one of us stay in its place.
You all made it.
Yes.
So you're telling me there is a lich in... I assume you're speaking of the tower near Kresk.
Yes.
The one near Lake Baratok.
Yes.
See. There are many towers scattered throughout Barovia. I must confess that I have not personally encountered a lich within any of them. As you know, liches are powerful spellcasters. They sequester themselves away, hidden and well protected in lairs with their phylacteries, their vessels of souls. They hide. It would be unwise for any being to openly declaring themselves a lich in Barovia, given the nature of this realm. The tower you speak of is known as the Wizard of Wine's Tower. It stands on the grounds of the winery just south of the village of Kresk, correct? Tower originally built by a renowned wizard named Davian Mardukov. The Mardukov family has been the proprietors of the winery for generations, and Davian was a skilled vintner and master of arcane arts. In fact, he combined them to create these vines. However, Mardukov's tower is no longer inhabited by him. He and his family have been involved in a long-standing feud with the abbot. I am aware that it has been occupied by a group of loyal Mardukovs who continue the family winemaking business, but their business in the tower is really of no interest to me. Can you say you encountered this in the tower?
Yes.
Fought it in the tower?
I wouldn't say fought it. A door appeared in the tower. That when the door opened, the lich was there, and it sort of sucked us all in.
You left the plane.
Yeah.
I wish I'd been with you. I would have loved to have left. Well, I do not doubt you. Your story piques my interest. If there is a lich within the Wizard of Wine Tower, it raises a question about the power of balance in Barovia. He turns to Raiden. Make note, this is a matter worth investigating more. So Raiden bows.
Another thing that might help you is when we were there, we saw images of what looked to be the Amber Tower.
Temple.
The Amber Temple. While we were there.
I know nothing of the Ember Temple.
Okay.
I do not. It is, to me, in my mind, lore. But if you say you have pictures, I would be interested in those.
Send pics.
It wasn't,
Send
it
me
wasn't
some
like
pics,
pictures.
yeah, postcards.
Oh, we have sketches of your wives, of your brides.
Yeah.
You have sketches of them. Who made those?
They're in the towers.
They were in the tower as well. You really should investigate that tower.
Yeah, somebody's been watching it.
The bride's all looking at him, and he looks at them.
We have the sketches.
We
right?
Yeah.
will.
We're gonna
Pull 'em
pop the
out.
sketches.
Pull 'em out.
We will investigate this tower. He looks to Rahadin, and Rahadin looks at him.
Fucking leaves.
No, he doesn't leave yet. He doesn't leave yet.
Just disappears.
Starts running away.
Strahd says, the meal was good, the dessert, I trust, the way you ate it all. By the way,
Yes.
none of them ate any of the food. He says,
Well, I mean,
perhaps if you don't have any more questions, we may, we can call together some musicians and have a little dance.
Yeah.
Let's
Do you have any
enjoy the
questions?
fineries of our stations
Count.
in life.
yes. Have you heard of the infamous Count Von Count? One of the most powerful.
I believe you are speaking of my accountant, Leif Leipzig. He's a great at crunching numbers.
Wow, amazing.
Indeed.
Puts that mystery to an end, doesn't it?
There is Count von Kelly.
Yes.
I'll call him down if you would like to meet him.
Oh yes, bring him, please. Yeah, we would all very much love to see his skills in accounting.
I'll see what I can do.
Yes, whether or not they're better than the Baja Blast Dragon or not is questionable, but that's alright.
The Baja Blast, the dragon. I have not heard of him, but I
It's
will
an
keep my
interesting
ears
captain.
open because if I have to beat one, I may have to beat another.
Happens.
He's the most powerful of them all.
He's the most powerful. He breathes lime green fire.
It's diabetes damage.
Does diabetes damage.
Is there anything else that you wish to speak of? Or we can start.
Irina.
He looks at you. Careful.
I'm just
I-
curious as to why.
Why what?
Why you want Irina. I believe I heard rumors that it could be she's a reincarnate of
Tatiana.
Tatiana.
He's kind of looking at you and everybody's looking at him.
And you pissed him off. Good job.
Yeah, I kind of stuck it with.
We had a wonderful dinner up until now.
Yeah, the
Thanks.
musicians are off.
He says in the...
Now we
Who's
just
asking the
stand
question?
playing
W or N?
W.
In the village of Barovia, I found a young woman by the name of Tatiana. She was beautiful beyond all I had ever known. I became infatuated and pursued her. She was kind and gentle, and after time I found my feelings were not shared. She thought I was too old for her.
Damn.
You know what I'm talking about, Jimmy?
Yeah, exactly. You know.
Grutz
You
is
be
getting
6
there
foot
in
tall,
age.
You gotta be 6 foot tall, have 6 figures, and have a 6 foot dick. If you don't have those, you're too old.
You are very insightful, Jiminy.
Thank you.
I'm afraid I fall very short of that. I had worked my life to create this domain of peace
Well, now we know he's got a
and
small
beauty.
dick.
I sought solace in power too dark to describe, and I asked for the baneful opportunity to halt my aging. I gave my soul to a pact that wasn't clearly defined. I negotiated a blood pact with a being from the Shadowfell for endless youth. I never realized the consequences. With my youth restored, I returned to Barovia, but Tatiana refused my affections. Anguished by my overtures and unable to resolve this situation, she ended her own life. I was mortified and consumed by grief. I attempted to take my own life, but I failed. It was at that moment that I realized the cost of my youth. The pact that I formed with the dark powers of the Shadowfell transformed me then into this creature of the night. I became bound to Barovia. I am the land, no longer able to leave its borders, even when the entire valley was swept into this demi-plane of dread. Throughout this undeath, I have never forgotten Tatiana. Much of my study into magic was conducted in the hopes of reviving my lost love. But each attempt ends in a failure as Tatiana's soul is unable to escape Barovia, leading to, yes, these reincarnations. I've been stuck in this endless cycle of tragedy. My love Tatiana is reborn over and over again, and before the two of us can be reunited, tragedy strikes, and she dies again out of my reach. I hope and pray there is a way to end this cycle, and it will end differently this time.
How many cycles have you gone through?
Many. 12, you say?
That was yes.
You are close.
Yeah,
You are very close. I must admit, it saddens me that you did not bring Irina with you. But I realize that there was much to gain from our conversations.
Oh. While he's speaking about this, I'm going to be relaying information to Irina via imp.
Okay. I have learned much from this tragedy all those years ago. That moment was a tragic misunderstanding. If she understood my love, what I had done for her, we could be happy, I believe. My curse provides me with the means to try and win her heart again and again. Once I provide my love and all her earthly desires, she will see me as her destined love, who I truly am. She simply doesn't understand what I have done for her. I'll see to it this time. She will understand why I have done what I have done, and our love will prevail. She is confused, scared, but she will remember me.
If
I will not force myself on her. I have forced myself on her every other time.
and it ended in bad.
This time, she will come to me. And that is also why you live. Because you protect her. Not from me, but from Barovia. She misunderstands. When I see her, do you not hear me say, they cannot protect you. Only I can. You are doing well, but you have already seen one of your group
Go.
in a painful death.
Yeah,
Surely
that's
more of
right.
you will fall before you realize. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
If she did come to you, but she had she made you make like changes, would you change the way you rule for her?
Well, I would strive to control my darker impulses, resist the urge for blood. For her sake, I would endeavor to seek alternative substances to protect her from the monstrous aspects of my nature. While I am bound by nature and the curse, the love of my life would inspire me to strive for redemption, the redemption end that you say I can have. And that's why what you said was so important, why I wanted everyone to hear. He looks at Lazarus. To seek a path that balances my existence with her happiness. I hope I would explore every avenue to break this curse, to free Barovia from its darkness, and to grant her the life she deserves.
I'm gonna speak up and say, wouldn't it be dangerous though for, at least at the current moment, for you to go together with Irina, given that the mist or dark powers would just try to kill her?
What other goal do I have? What other ways or
Why
means can I
not
go?
destroy the curse first? Then
They cannot do that. I entered into this pact, Grutz.
maybe we can break it. Who knows?
Maybe, Grutz. I would like to talk to you about that. Perhaps we can talk.
Yeah.
I would be interested in hearing your thoughts.
Okay.
I am open to any. Anything else?
Anything else?
We can start dancing. Or is there another subject that you had? There are some, but we don't have to hit everything. We hit a lot.
Let me check my questions.
I am always hiring Jiminy, and I look very much forward to having you here with me for the rest of eternity.
Oh.
I have a feeling Valetta
Check to see if he has a 401k.
seeks a little counsel with you. She keeps looking at you. I have noticed as you sit.
Which one is that? The mask?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
She is looking you over.
Oh.
She's kind of blushing as much as she can. She's all full of blood, so you know.
That's hot.
This could be an agreement that we could make.
Oh yeah, yeah.
As long as the white rose is agreeable.
I don't know how agreeable some of them are, unfortunately. Seeing as how I'm the mascot of the group, I think we're gonna have to.
The mascot.
Yes, very important.
I offer you
Very
a better
important.
position than mascot.
But have you thought about it? Look at him. He's like the perfect mascot.
Look at me.
Just paint a giant raven on him.
Valetta is like nodding at you.
That's it.
Yes.
Strahd glares at her. You are not being addressed. She stops. Any?
I
Damn.
have another
Imagine
question.
having that kind of control over women. Man.
Tells them.
Why is it that the village of Barovia is the only one who offers up people to you? Compared to like Valakian.
That is a pact I made with the Burgermeister
Okay.
many generations ago. It is unfortunate, but the nature of my existence requires that I am in this position. So instead of my going around willy-nilly, he's looking around the table. There are many of us here. I have to make arrangements, do the right thing. That is why. So hold on. He's looking around. He says, we are out of wine. Escher comes waltzing in. Please, go get us more wine at the wine cellar. Escher says, yes, of course, but I need help. I'll need someone to go with me. He looks to you. Strahd says, anyone want to help us?
I can help.
I understand, but I do want to make it open to anyone. You are, in fact, the leader. I know your strength.
Yeah.
Escher's kind of looking at W.
W will go.
Okay. All right. So, just very quickly, we're gonna do this. I'm gonna run this with you. Sorry, but Grutz.
That's fine.
But
You gotta let Escher shoot a shot.
so he's going to take you. He's going to guide you out the door and across the way again to the stairs, and then he's going to take you down a stairwell and through another area. It's winding and curvy. As you go through one of the areas, you go past an open space, and you can look in and you can see Cyrus Bellevue is slaving over pots. He's cooking, right? And also you see clearly a young man hung upside down from the ceiling. The blood is draining from him, his neck, down into a basin. He sees you, notices, Escher sees you, and he looks at you, and he stops and he smiles, and he says, any question? I mean, you didn't forget you were having dinner with monsters, did you?
Wow, he called himself
No.
one.
All right. He smiles at you, and he has big fangs coming out.
I knew it.
Hot.
As he's
Oh,
walking,
my
he
God.
says to you, he's taking
He
you
is
down
hot.
steps.
Oh god, he's hot.
He says, I was an adventurer like you, a
Oh, you
traveling
were?
bard, a poet, yes. I came from a large city beyond Barovia. Have you ever heard of Waterdeep?
Ooh.
I feel like I've heard it, but I haven't been there.
That was a long time ago. I came to Barovia. I came in just like you. I came in and to give myself, I'd heard of Strahd. I was interested and I wanted to study him. Would you like to hear a poem?
Yes, I'd love to hear a poem.
He stops. He raises his hand. He says, In twilight's embrace, where shadows softly wait, beneath the starry canopy, where memories remain, a world of secrets whispered in the night, in silence and solitude, dreams take flight. He kisses you.
I'll give him a little clap.
Whoa.
He kisses you.
I'll give him a,
He gives you a little hug. And
I'll give
kiss.
him a kiss
He
back.
kisses you on the cheek.
I'll give him a kiss
And you
back.
can feel his breath is kind of hot, and you can kind of when he kisses, he kind of opens his lips, and you can feel his teeth against your skin, but he doesn't penetrate or punctuate. So he continues leading you on. You're going down the stairs, and you come to the wine cellar. The wine cellar is full of casks and of various sizes. You can see some of them say Champagne du l'Estampe. There's actually a lot more than you would have thought. There's a lot of Red Dragon Crush, various kinds. He says, the dinner conversation, very interesting. It leads me to believe that you all are not an ally of the Master. I'm surprised. You've come here to his spiderweb?
Yeah, I would say we have.
You understand how complex Ravenloft is?
No, I do not. This is my first time here.
It was constructed over centuries. It could be quite a challenge to navigate. He's kind of looking at you. I've seen many like you before, but while I've been around, he's never brought a group like yours into the castle. I caution you that snooping around can be a frightening and dangerous endeavor here. If you must explore, do it with caution. Stick to the well-lit areas. Avoid locked doors. And for the love of all that's holy, don't disturb any relics or altars you come across. Some things are best left untouched. It holds a lot of secrets, this castle. It's a place where ancient powers and malevolent forces have left their mark. Some of the chambers are even cursed. Others are inhabited by entities that should never be awakened. He goes over to one of the barrels, and you see on the side it says Red Dragon Crush. He smiles at you. He's got the cheaper stuff. He's handing you one of them.
I'll take
it's
one.
kind of there's he's going to take one, and there's another that he takes.
I'm gonna ask him why he decided to be one of Strahd's brides.
He kind of looks at you. He says, "Foolishness on my part, and now I pay for it." He's losing interest in me. I was one of his consorts, but he does this. He is actually losing interest in Ludmilla too. She's been around a long time. She's actually older. On Australia, she is obviously, as you can see. She makes sure she is all his attentions. Lolenta, she's crazy.
Does he do anything when he loses interest in you guys, or?
You know of the downstairs, the crypts?
No, I've briefly heard of them, but I don't really know them.
There are crypts downstairs. One of them probably has my name on it.
Are those where he has there been more brides?
And you know what he does to us? He buries us alive. Have you ever had the pang, a lust for something that you cannot have for all eternity?
No.
You kill yourself. He'll bottle me up in there. And I'll have to somehow end my life myself.
He doesn't sound too happy.
Well, basically, the consorts are basically slaves to Strahd.
Yeah.
Is there any way for you to get out of it, or is it just?
I've served Strahd for a while. I have knowledge and of all the hidden passages here. I could aid you if you are here to do what I think he was mentioning. I could be your mole inside.
He's a bit of a little traitor.
He's going to
He's a
kill
fucking
me.
bard.
My options are death or hope with you. It's just how long, when, and what you plan to do. He insinuated why you came here.
Yes.
You all said you came here for reasons. He knows why you're here.
Yes.
You're here to kill him. Despite what N said. Holy this and that. Grutz was closest. He seeks a challenge and he seeks glory.
Mm-hmm.
What better than to
take down
another Dark Lord?
Yeah.
He already has taken down one. Strahd has his eyes on him. He fears you. That's why you are here.
If you would be willing to help us, then that would be great.
I want to be part of it. If there's a way to end his reign and save myself, I want to be part of this. There must be a way, though, for us to communicate and talk. Do you have any secret powers at W? That's why I wanted you to come with me. You or Lazarus have the magic.
Your pet.
I have a familiar,
What is it?
a raven.
No.
No raven?
No.
You could change
I could
it.
try to change it for you.
To
I'd have to roll.
what are the options?
What were the options?
Like a rat, a cat,
There's a
What, so you're just going to say those things. He'll say any of those.
any
Not-
of those.
He's looking at you. W, not a raven.
I can
He didn't
try.
ask about that.
Ask him about the raven.
It's always
Oh, are the ravens bad for you guys, or? It's a symbol on your crest, so I assume that they would be.
This is Ravenloft,
Yes.
but it is duality for him. He talks of that all the time. You heard that, right? He is part of the ravens, but the ravens of the land, he cannot control. They are his only known enemy at this time.
The ravens.
Yes. Think about Velaki, all of you. Think about it, Jimmy.
What?
Think about it, Lazarus. The ravens. Do you remember?
I do not.
I think one of the ravens pointing us to the girl.
You were being attacked by outside of the church.
Bats and
Oh,
the
ravens came to help us.
He says you cannot send a raven in here. Stick out like.
I'll give you a rat. Him as a rat.
Are you aware of the Lone Tower? There is a tower
things you can-
off of Lake. What's it called? Svalich. What's the lake? Big lake called again? I can't remember. Svalich. It's like the Svalich Road.
Yeah, I'll give him a rat.
Like,
No, I'll give him a spider.
Okay.
I think a spider's a bit of a
Something
safer.
that I can talk to.
Yes.
It can speak
I need-
her languages, I
I
believe.
think see one of them.
If I can get it back to you with some, not a spider, a rat, something big
Okay.
enough that I can write and send to you.
Okay.
Or
I'll
we
give you
can
a
meet
rat.
at this tower. I can meet the rat or
Okay.
you. There is a tower off of the old Svalich Road. When you go past Velaki, at the end of the lake, there is the Svalich Road actually makes a U-turn.
Okay.
You go straight west. You go up cliffs, and there it stands. It's like a relic. We can use that as a meeting place.
Okay.
It's 4 miles southeast of Lake Zaravich. That's the lake. But you can spot the tower at the top of the hill behind a crop of trees at that curve.
Okay.
Okay? So he says, let us return. He'll notice we have
If we're gone
talked
too
too
long.
long. He says, don't be afraid of me, though. He kind of holds your hand.
I won't.
Please
I
do not
trust
be
you.
afraid. Please do not leave me. Whatever you do out there, send me word.
Mm-hmm.
Let me know what you are doing, and I will send word back.
I'll do that.
Thank you. Okay, so you can go back upstairs. So we're gonna go to very quickly because I know we're a little late. We did start late, but I want to kind of pick things up. So he out in the air comes this bunch of like floating instruments, much like in the Haunted Mansion, and they start playing tunes. Not quite this one. Maybe something a little more.
Do like busts come up and they start singing?
No,
or,
yeah. Yeah, no. So, very quickly, let me run through this as quick as I can. So, Anastasia is going to... here it is. She's going to dance with... so, Strahd is going to take Grutz aside.
Okay.
He's going to pull you aside, and he's waiting for the wine, and he's just going to have a conversation with you.
Okay.
That conversation, we're not going to hold here.
Okay.
I will send you an email with the conversation since you approached him about a couple of things.
Okay.
Okay? Okay. Anastasia is going to dance with Lazarus.
Ooh.
Okay.
She likes scars. She's very much into scars. So as she's dancing with you, she's going to tell you that she was once a noblewoman of Vallaki,
Okay.
and that she appreciates your concern for her town, and that's why she decided to dance with you. She's going to ask just a couple of questions. She says, "Do you like events or parties or festivities? Do you go to any parties or festivities there in Vallaki?"
Yes.
What are they like? Are they events? Are they feasts? Are they festivals?
I've
festivals?
been to a festival. And a
So she said, "What did you eat?" So she said, "What did you eat?"
mutton,
So she said, "What did you
mutton and all the common food of Vallaki.
eat?" Was there dancing, music?
Yes.
Was there costumes? Music?
Yes.
She's talking about how romantic that is and how it would be joyous to be part of that again. As you're holding her, she's like rubs into you. I don't know what your charisma is.
It is. Let me check.
Grutz is
I think
fucking.
it's
And I don't know what your
19 or
horn dog
20,
is,
I think it
but
is.
she is like rubbing all over you. She can't help but surround you, and you feel like you're sort of like pulled in to this sexuality that is hers.
Hell yeah, wait, which one is this?
I want you to roll a 22.
I'm a 20 charisma.
So you're huge on charisma.
Holy
Yeah.
That's what I
shit.
figured. I didn't know that high, but that's high. That's why she went
That's
for you
the
too.
max.
got the
You can't go any
riz.
higher. That's the
He's
max.
got the riz.
You can't go any higher. And he's not 80 something years old.
Ludmilla is going to be dancing with.
It's 16.
You're really turned on, okay?
Hell yeah.
Like you haven't been turned on. I don't know what your love life has been as Lazarus. We've never gone down that path. But if there's anybody that you've ever found more alluring, you have not found anybody hardly any more alluring or lustful, huh?
What about his big shitty genie lady?
Lustful, huh? I don't know
He
what
gave
she
his soul
rolled.
for that.
He gave her soul for
He gave his soul
that.
for that.
He gave her soul for that.
Well,
It's what?
well,
I don't know why. I don't know why.
Just start
Okay.
doing that?
Is it any better? Is it any better? No?
I think it's your microphone,
No?
not ours. I think it's yours.
I'm wondering if it has something to do with the computer.
If it has something to do with
Has it been doing it all night?
has it been
Okay.
doing it all night?
I don't know. I just moved it, and I
I
can
don't know.
change
I just-
the tones.
I
a
just
little bit.
moved it. And I
Okay,
can change
so
the
I'm just going. I was going to go into a little deeper with you, but
I was gonna
we don't
go
have
into a
time.
little deeper with you.
So Ludmilla is dancing with N.
Ludmilla is
Fucking miss
dancing
again.
with N.
So she tells him that she was a Vistani.
She tells
seer,
him that she was a
and,
Vistani. A seer.
She fears growing old more than anything
She
else.
fears growing old.
She
more
says
than
that
anything
she read
Taroka cards. She had the gift of sight, and when she first saw Strahd, she did that. She read his card, and his card always comes up as death. Any Taroka card comes up for him as death. He turned her into a vampire spawn, obviously, and she's lost that gift of sight. So she's a little interested in his abilities, his like insight into other beings, and a fondness for knowledge. And she asks if he's visited any libraries, any areas of knowledge in his travels.
I have, yes.
What kind of books do you find and what do you read? Just very quickly, whatever.
I can't read.
Just very quickly,
I
whatever.
can't read.
So that was perfect. That was absolutely shockingly perfect. I should have known. Why I didn't think of that, I don't know. So she's kind of taken aback. And she says,
I come across all kinds
Did
of
you
books. I like the
did you
adventures.
discover any secret artifacts or any powerful artifacts? You don't have to read those, do you?
I have. We've
don't have to
discovered
read
many
those, do you?
artifacts that were very interesting.
She says, "Where did you get this suit that you're wearing?"
It was on a dead body on
You-
the way to Crest.
You, a holy man, will take and strip a dead body. That's interesting. You're different. Interesting. Wow.
Yeah, it's very crossing the gray line of the avenging paladin.
And where did you find that?
The most loose.
Do you use any spells?
I do.
Do you have a spell book?
Body loose.
I don't have a spell.
You can't have a spell book then, can you? And do your spells.
My spells are powered through my prayers
Okay.
and my divine.
That makes sense.
Okay.
Roll a 20. Roll a 20. This Ludmilla is
One.
Oh shit.
You can look at us on that one.
He's not.
N has no interest in her whatsoever. What a dead dude you are. That is honestly, God, it couldn't be more perfect, could it? Oh my God. All right.
Started talking about
That is
books and it
funny.
went right over
Killed the
his
movie.
Oh my
He killed the
God.
movie by making fun of
Yeah,
it. He doesn't
yeah.
want to read.
That couldn't have been better. That couldn't have been better, honestly.
Honestly, I sat here, I was like, watch me roll a one.
So Valenta is talking to Jiminy. She says she's kind of dancing with you. She's like rubbing on you hard. Did you? She says, did you know how much blood is in the church mouse? The church mouse. Have you ever chewed on a piece of glass?
No, I don't think I have. It sounds like a really bad idea.
I've created on canvas a picturesque setting of my toenail clippings, nose hairs, and foreskins. Would you like to come and see it? I collect foreskins.
I told you! I told you!
It went from
She says,
normal to this.
She says, come with me. I have something to show you.
Okay.
She takes you off the floor and she takes you out the chambers. You see Strahd, he's looking at you and he smiles. She takes you through a door on the side and she takes you up these stairs. As you're going up, she says, it's a wonderful sensation to stick your hand in a bowl of chicken livers. Have you done it?
No.
She's kind of bored to his speed.
She says, I love to breed different species of beetles, specifically to fight each other. Yeah?
Do you have any right now?
Yes, I'm going to take you where I can show it to
Oh, I
you.
bet you.
I just love how different you are, she says. She's got her hands all over you. She opens a door, and you open into a chamber. And the chamber, you've been going upstairs and you've gone down halls. You're just not quite sure what's going on.
Jiminy Carlyle.
She opens a door. The full room, it's an ossuary. Do you know what that is? It's like full of bones. Bones stacked all over the place. Skulls stacked up on skulls all over the place. She says, I love how different you are. She's like holding on to you and rubbing you. You have no neck.
There's no such thing as you. I mean, I have one.
You have no shoulders.
Well, I do.
You have no waist.
It's there.
Do you have a wiener?
Yes.
Do you have balls?
Somewhere.
How do you keep them from hitting the ground?
I don't.
She says, I'd like to see your hip bones. They must be wide as a saddle.
Wow.
Your stomach must be as big as a sack. Is it ever full?
Oh, it's always full.
Do you have any bone spurs?
Oh, it's always.
Do you have any tendonitis in your ankles?
You are.
Do you have ankles?
You asked a lot of
You even
questions.
have ankles. She says, let me put my hands on your tummy and rub it. She's rubbing your tummy and she's rubbing it. And you can tell she's starting to dig her fingers into you. She says, your liver has no tumors. She's like digging into you. As she's doing all this and rubbing you and such, you're looking around and you see off in a corner a huge skull. A huge skull. It's pointed. It's got long ears, big head, suspended and just sitting there. She says, nothing. I want you to look at me. Look in my eyes.
Well, I wish I could, but I.
She's looking in your eyes. She's starting to rub your face. She's rubbing your mouth. She sticks her hand and her fingers in your mouth. Come with me. She's starting to pull you out the door. He wants us back. He's mad at me. He can't find you in here. Quickly, come with me. She starts running and she's taking you. Okay? She's running downstairs again. Huh?
She's running downstairs
again. No. I can't show the Beatles. He wants us back. Now. He says now. Come.
How do you know that?
He says now. Come. He's talking to me. Can't you hear him? He's talking to you too. Can't you hear him? You listen with your stomach. Can you hear him? With your stomach.
He says.
Hear him. Listen.
He says.
Hear him. Listen. That's him.
Those drugs?
That's him.
Oh.
He's talking to us now. She's skirting. She loses a slipper as she's running down the. You'll pick it up. What are you going to do with it? You'll pick it up. Okay.
That's my slipper now.
Okay. All right.
Jimmy's going to town on that slipper later.
All right.
Oh my god.
All right. Did he follow me? Do you think? Did he follow? Did he follow? Did you guys follow? Did you understand?
He gave the directions to the school.
Yeah.
I understand.
But you have no clue.
No. Only Chimney technically knows where it is. So
You've been running so far,
even
so
if I
fast.
heard it, I can't say it.
As you come back down, Escher has come back up with W. You've got your stuff. You've been dancing to the music. Strahd holds his hand up and the music stops. He says, I would like to take you on a quick tour of the castle.
Oh, bitch!
I'm so glad, Jimmy. It makes me feel good to know that I make you so happy.
Wow, have you seen this
I'm
place
very
from the
proud.
outside? It's awesome.
I have a lot of pride in this place.
A lot of people think it's creepy. I actually think
There's your
it's
gal.
pretty cool.
Yeah,
There's
she's fucking
your-
cute.
Yeah?
I'm not seeing her without the mask.
Yeah.
She's cuter without the mask.
All right. All right.
You actually gave her a less creepy mask than the poster had.
Here we go. So you're in this room, which is the dining room. Now, what I have to do is I need my phone because I want to show you the pictures. I didn't take this into account. I'm sorry. I didn't.
Yeah, Jiminy has a map of
I'm
the
sorry.
So you should
Yes.
be able to retrace back to the dragon school.
Come here. The card you had out front turned into it.
Wow.
Turned into it.
Jesus Christ.
I wasn't sure when to give it to you, so that may be why you.
Why do we even ask?
That may be why.
No, why do we ask for direction when the map might have it on it?
Let me see.
Do you see what I see?
Oh, nice. We're getting ready for Christmas.
I know.
We're getting ready for
We haven't
Christmas.
even got to Halloween yet.
Yeah. I know.
You would pick the one, and you would pick the. Okay, so I've got to try to get to D&D Beyond. Because I didn't put the descriptions on here. Can you check and see if you can get to it too, one of you guys? Get to D&D Beyond.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we want to open up Curse of Strahd.
He's got a nice dub.
Because I need to read their descriptions of some rooms.
My apologies.
Doesn't that feel like there's two more
My
pages?
apologies.
No.
You sure?
I have the app. I don't have the book. I have the app. I don't
I
have.
wonder if I should have the book. You guys don't have the book, do you?
No.
You guys don't have the book, do you?
We only have the player's manual for it.
I have a few small adventures. They give users or stay
The
subscribed.
only thing you have other than that is like the
Oh,
first Strahd player's manual.
yeah.
Well, that's okay. That would be.
Well, that's okay. That
would be. Oh, that's not the whole thing,
Yeah, it's
though.
probably not gonna give
Oh,
you
that's
those
not the whole thing, though.
No.
That's just giving you.
Just
like-
gives you characters you could be like the
Right,
haunted.
like it gives you an overview of Ravenloft.
Like what Michael
Like
is.
how to create a character in Ravenloft.
I know that's just a bad perk. The haunted one's just a bad. I know that's just a bad.
You know what? I think I bought it, and then I think they thought they didn't give it to
Well,
me.
my character is a turn.
Give it to me.
My character is a
Okay, so.
Turn from what?
Okay, so.
Turn from what? Azkaban.
I've got to pull. Excuse me, Mike. I got to pull the manual. So let's take like 5 minutes while I pull it. Those were all in order.
Now they're not.
Be careful.
You can organize it whichever way you want.
Wait, do they have pages like page numbers?
Or not.
Do they have pages like page numbers?
No, I'm good. I got a drive. No, I'm okay. I got a drive. I had a lot.
Sorry, I thought I was prepared.
Damn.
Actually, it feels pretty good. I think we did really well. This will take only a few minutes, so.
Who had the most insightful questions? Who had the
think
most
Jimmy
insightful
has
questions?
to
I
be
think so too.
Dude, I feel like I'm the only one who asked questions to Strahd.
You're the only one that pissed them off. You're the only one that pissed them off. I think I gave Strahd the most interesting. I wasn't kissing his ass. I just came from a place of understanding. Because at the end of the day, everyone does bad things.
I don't know.
Can you say he did anything worse than a lot of other Can you say he did anything more bad than any other feudal lord back in the day? When there were famines, let people starve and stuff like that, and saved only nobles? It's not too far different, just because he's a vampire.
Okay, so you condone them then?
No.
Then there you go.
But you have to listen. We're not in the modern era in this game. We're not in a modern setting. We don't have modern technology that solves a lot of the issues that we have.
Okay, so but tyrants do get overthrown. Multiple people try to overthrow them.
What? That's my cut.
But see, it's not like Barovia is stagnant. It's been progressively getting worse. You have towns getting drowned in.
Yeah, but what you're doing is complaining. You're not fixing it.
As we're doing it, you can probably follow.
You were justifying him.
I was justifying him.
To orientate somewhat.
I understand the problems he had.
Very cryptic.
I understand the problem.
Obviously, it has no numbers, it has no names, it has nothing. That's the player's names. So that's what I've given you is.
If I was in these shoes, what would I do?
You would have,
How much
you would have
better would
probably
I
come
do?
across something somewhere anyway.
Good job.
But by doing what we did last week.
Good job.
Once you look at this thing, you're gonna see, there's no way you guys can navigate through this thing, without something like this. There's just no way. There's no
Yeah.
way. It is confusing.
Yeah.
It is confusing. So, I don't feel like
Plus, when I said in the beginning of the challenge, it was a direct question that I came to kill him. I'm the only one that brought that up.
Oh, I wasn't asked what it was there for.
I think he asked all of us.
No,
He
he
did.
didn't ask me.
No, he asked
He asked
everyone.
everyone.
No, I wasn't asked.
He asked
Then what was my response?
You didn't respond.
There you go.
You didn't respond.
There you go.
Okay.
It was an everyone question.
You could have brought it up.
I said Holy Quest. I said Holy Quest.
Can't say shit.
So this is going to be a little tricky for me. So I'm going to show you some images, but I'm also going to read some images, but I'm also going to read. Huh?
Well,
It sucks to be.
he did lie about some of the stuff
He did, but it's
Turn what back on?
stuck in an internal.
Okay. I didn't know he didn't have it on.
I'm sure he fucked up in the past, right?
Oh, okay. That's fine.
Probably his brother.
I've still got to copy this over, Mike. So
I've still got to copy this over.
with some girl.
We know. So shush. We know.
what did you say? Did I miss something?
No, Mike was just trying to argue with us
That's okay.
that we're trying to.
I think it's
We're
great.
being more mindful of Strahd while
think it's
Mike is
great.
fully condemning him.
I think it's okay. It's cool.
Even though we never once
it's
said
okay.
that he was in his right to do all those things. We understand that there are harsh times and bad things do happen in the world.
So this is going to be a bit of a juggling act. But
And we're also not people to get fucking pissed off with a God knows vampire and his wife and his other people. All
His 3 hot wives and 6
Yeah.
boyfriend.
Exactly.
The boyfriend's technically a wife.
Exactly.
The boyfriend.
It
Yes.
is a wife.
yes,
It is a wife.
yes.
Yeah,
W seemed to be okay with it. That's why he took W. That's why. All right.
2023. Can't phase by those things. Can't phase by those things.
Strahd's basically a glorified simp.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
He is basically a simp.
Gave my youth for
He
Get a vampire. because one of the
he's
young
like one of the oldest too, because he came out in the early '80s.
His soul for woman, woman dies. Simp, woman.
Okay. Let me do this. It's gotta go. It's gotta go.
Woman doesn't even give him time of day.
All right. So I went through this and I did get pictures. So hopefully, so this is the dining area that he takes you out through the doors. There's the door that you went through. So he takes you out into what this area is, which is, I believe, the guest hall. And I have to go over here. So I have to turn it off. So take a look at it. Keep that picture in your mind. So, Scry, or whatever you want to call yourself, can you find that? You got to find the dining hall. Do you know where the dining hall is? What level are you on? You're on the first floor. The first floor is like map number 4, I believe.
I think it's this one. 'Cause if you
Okay.
look, there's a table there.
Okay.
You see a table? Yeah, map number 3. You don't have it labeled?
They're
No.
not labeled.
Okay, you should see the organ,
Yes, I see the order.
and you should see the table.
Yes,
see a little
Okay.
chapel.
Yes, you're on that floor. But start yourself there at that dining table. So where we are here, you're going outside those double doors. And if you take those double doors out and you turn left and you walk down to where there's 4 pillars,
Yes.
and you turn left again, that's how you came into the castle.
Okay.
So that was the drawbridge in the main open area. So he takes you out into this first hallway here, which is right here. Okay?
Wait, is that floor 1? Or like base 4 or whatever?
It's your base floor. So, I'm going to just read the description. The torchlight flutters against the walls of this vaulted hall. In the east, an arched hallway stretches for 20 feet, ending in a spiral staircase that goes up and down. Next to the hallway is a suit of armor, oiled and glistening, stands at attention in a shallow alcove. You guys went out and you saw that as you went across the way and went upstairs. To the west, large double doors hang slightly open, and a steady bright light escapes through the opening. Swells of organ music come through because that's when you were coming in and that's where you heard him. Okay, so you were coming from that way. Sorry. So he's taking you out. Basically, I'm just going to go through this. I was going to talk it through as him, but I'm not going to because we want to move through this area. So he takes you out to that open area itself. Let me see if I have that image. And I do. Oh, shoot.
Are you looking at the same map as us?
Uh-huh. I'm showing you from above what you're seeing. So when you walk down, when you walked out of the dining room, so turn left.
It's this one.
It's that one. There's only one where the organ
Yeah,
is.
it's this one.
Okay, it's where the organ is. Okay, so you turn left, you walk down the entryway, and you walk to this area. He says, this is the great entry area. You walk through this again when you came in. So you came in over there where those red things are, those big, huge
Yeah.
tapestries, and you came through this way.
Yeah.
Cyrus came you through. Instead of going through those double doors to your right, he turned and took you down this way. Okay? Cobwebs stretch between the columns. So do you see those four huge columns,
Yeah.
right? That support the vaulted ceiling of a great, dimly lit hallway, lit by sputtering torches. The torches cast odd shadows across the faces of 8 stone gargoyles squatting motionlessly on the rim of the dome ceiling. Cracked and faded ceiling frescoes are covered by decay. Go ahead, what were you going to say?
Those are definitely a lot.
Go ahead, what were you going to say? Double doors of bronze stand closed to the east. Those huge doors, I said. To the north is a wide staircase that climbs into darkness. When Jiminy came out to go piss and shit, I thought you were going to go up those. I thought you were going to go out and start running, looking around. I thought you were going to go up that staircase. A lit hallway to the south contains another set of bronze doors, which you hear sad and majestic organ tones. So that's when you would have come through. They're describing it as you came through, and you would have seen Strahd. You've gone down to him. Okay? So the next room. And you're going to go through those double doors. This is the Hall of Faith. And as you can see, on either side is a whole. You're coming this side, and you're walking down through here with him. Okay? What do you see?
Armor.
Lots of statues. Okay? This grand hall is choked with dust and stretches into darkness ahead. Webs hang from the arched ceiling like drapes. The life-sized statues of knights line the hallway on both sides, their eyes seeming to watch you. Their eyes are moving. Their eyes are like simple, like eyes that are looking through the skulls of the thing. Okay? The next area you're going into, he's going to open the double doors that are. Oh shoot! I'm there. Okay, so these double doors on this side, he opens up, and you go. Here we go. Yeah. This is the chapel, so you're coming in this way. Okay. Okay. Now there should be more than one picture of the chapel. So this was the hallway you were supposed to go. I was going to show you this. This was how you were going upstairs and downstairs with Rahadun, and so this is the looking up the chapel. Up at the top. This is the altar itself. You can see there's a dead person, a dead corpse. There's what looks like a mace. Huh? He just keeps it there. The church itself is in a disarray. And that is something of interest to you? Perhaps?
What is it?
Statue.
What is it?
It shows that he really is a religious.
Dim colored lights filters through the tall, broken and boarded up windows of stained glass, illuminating the ancient chapel of Ravenloft. A few bats flutter about near the top of the 90-foot high domed ceiling. A balcony runs the length of the west wall, 50 feet above the floor. In the center of the balcony, two dark shapes are slumped in tall chairs. Benches coated with centuries of dust lie about the floor in jumbled disarray. Beyond this debris, lit by a piercing shaft of light, an altar stands upon a stone platform. The sides of the altar are carved with bas-reliefs of angelic figures entwined with grapevines. The light from above falls directly on a silver statuette. A cloaked figure is draped over the altar, and a black mace lies on the floor beneath its feet.
I think Sarah's writing it down.
I'm writing it down because I think this is something that we need.
Yeah, the silver saturate. Yeah, silver saturate.
Do you want me to zoom in? Do you want me to do anything?
Can you
Zoom in? Do you want me to do anything?
Is it big?
Is it what?
Is it big?
It's fairly big. Is it what?
What is it?
It's like this big.
It's
Huh?
like this big. Is it like depicting someone who's kneeling, or?
Yes. Can you not see? Can you tell? This is the
Kind of.
face.
It's kind of hard because
There's arms sticking out. He's kneeling. Yep,
Oh,
he's
okay.
kneeling.
I could see
So
that.
the sort of like metallic look with no contrast makes it kind of hard to.
Oh, it looks like he's holding. He's like, you know when they do the sword thing and they're holding it like that. That's what it kind of looks like.
Does that
When
help,
he's
Michael?
presenting something.
Yeah.
It looks like the guy's trying to present something. See, that could be either in arms
is
of
good
prayer, or it could be in arms of presenting
But it's
something.
like a pole in our bottom.
A pole?
A pole.
Like a
That's just a base.
Oh, yeah.
That's just a base.
Like, so doesn't it kind of look like it? You know when
He
knights
has a
present?
black mace.
Do you know when knights
He
present
has a,
swords?
yeah, he has a
This
black
is the mace they were talking about. This is one of the dead bodies. This is the altar, and this is the statue. This is looking up at the at the skylight. So this is basically the stairs. There's the altar, and there's the overturned pews. He's going to walk you through here. He's going to walk up here. He says nothing about either the corpse, the mace. Okay. I don't really. All we're doing is doing what we've always done. So it's kind of strange. I'm not sure. And he's going to walk you over to this area right here, this doorway that you see. Okay, and he's going to walk you there. I think I have a picture of this. Yes. So this is the way he's taking you up. You see next to you on the sides, you see these big, huge statues. We're halfway through. We're almost more than halfway through. So thanks for sticking it out. This arched room connects a vast chamber to the east and a staircase that rises to the west. Alcoves in the north and south holds 8-foot-tall sculptures of helmed knights with muscular builds. Black shadows fall across their faces. Okay? That's all there is to say about this place. Are you following along, Sarah?
I'm trying. He has to.
It's basically you went down to the church and you're going through the church, and now you're going through stairs. You're going up to the next level. So it should be the level that's right above it on your map. Okay. You should see an area sort of on the left side of a chair sitting by itself.
Is it one or is it two?
It's map number 4.
No, like is it like one thing or is it two things?
Let me just.
This one has two.
Yeah. No, it's just one. Hold on.
Yeah.
It's that one you had in your hand.
This one, or because she has one too.
She has the one corner. You're coming up this way. You're coming up over
It's
here.
this one.
Yeah. So you're coming up down over here. The staircase that's coming up there, right there. The staircase that's coming up there.
Okay. So that's map number 4.
So you go up these stairs, and you come up to just a land entryway. It's like a landing. I'm not even going to read it. I'm going to move on. As you move through into the next room, you see two very large pieces of wood like this that you see in front of you here. You see this carpet running up to it. Let me run over and see. Oops. Oh yeah, okay. A sculptured stone railing encloses this long balcony which overlooks the chapel. So when you were down in the chapel and you looked up above, you saw this railing. Two ornate thrones stand side by side in the center of the balcony, covered with dust and strung with cobwebs. The thrones face away from the double doors that gave access to the balcony. So that's what you're looking. You came into it and you see the back side of it. Oh, did we run out of music? I find that hard to believe.
Damn.
Some coffins.
Did you?
Yeah.
Did you? Oh, no, we didn't run out. I ran out of this.
Are you trying to find Valence's room?
Sure. Why not? She's got bugs.
Yeah.
Fight them.
You might be able to see the rhinoceros beetle color.
She got more than bugs.
Exactly.
Rhinoceros beetle.
Right. She got more than bugs.
Watch her right now. She's beetle fight.
Okay, so you saw these chairs, and then this is what that area looks like. Right? Where's the chairs? There's the chairs. Right here. And you're looking down. There's this shrine. That's the chapel itself. And that's the shrine, and there's the statue, and there's the body and the mace. So you can see they had a balcony. So this was where some people of importance could sit and listen to whatever the sermon was. You came up through this landing here. You're going to go through these doors. He's escorting you through these doors. Okay. This is the next thing. It's a big long hall, and I believe you come through this door here. I'll have to verify that. Yeah, you come through this door over here. We've only got two more after this. This 20-foot hall has a dark vaulted ceiling draped with cobwebs. A low moan seems to travel through the length of the corridor as it rises and falls, intoning sadness and despair. Okay, so it's a long hall. It's called. He tells you it's called the King's Hall. The other was the King's Balcony.
Okay.
Almost done. We probably should have had the camera on this stuff. So you can come all the way down this hallway. It's basically, it's got some statues on each side, and you can see there's some pedestals that don't have anything on that. And I think you come to check again here with the map. So you come to this door here. You come to this area here. You're coming through a doorway here. And then you're going to be coming over into this area. So let me do this. So the doors open to reveal another set of double doors just 10 feet ahead. That's why you saw that very quickly. Between those doors is a 10-foot wide corridor that stretches north to south. At each end of the hall, floating in the darkness, is a human skeleton, clad in the rusted armor and tattered livery of a castle guard.
Damn, he did his job till he died.
Well, maybe even until undeath. Because they could all be undead in the castle.
Does the skull have big teeth?
No, doesn't say. So the skeletons are on this either side.
So the skeletons
Here.
are on this.
And then here's the door that you're going to go through for our last room. Well, that's the hallway too. And you come into this room. Ah, the throne room.
And look, there's the toilet of constipation. Right there.
The throne room.
Strahd goes to sit in the seat and there's shit.
Yeah, guess whose?
Huh?
Guess whose?
He didn't go to the cursed toilet.
This is impossible. What? And then he starts fading away. No.
Shit
It was
was
tied to the toilet.
Dim lit from the courtyard, dim light falls onto this great hall through broken glass and iron lattice work of large window in the west wall. Immense room is a place of chilly, brooding darkness. Empty icon scones dot the walls. Hundreds of dust-laden cobwebs drape the hall, hiding the ceiling from view. Directly across from the window stands a set of double doors in the east wall, and further south is a single door that leads from the east wall. Staircases on both ends will lead down. At the far end of the hall, a large wooden throne stands atop a marble dais. The high back throne faces south, away from most of the room. Thanks for putting up with that. I'm sorry I forgot to have
you're
that
fine.
set. And in the interest of time. While you guys were walking through, he shares that the castle was constructed in the year 347. He had help with it from some local conquered wizards and artisans. Many of those who helped to build the castle, many of the architects, the great architect Artemis, he is entombed in the crypt below.
That's what happened to a lot of them.
He mentions
That's what happened to a lot of them.
the castle was built on the ruins of an even older fortress with the aid of magic and artisanal work. All right. With that, he takes you out through a door. I'm just not even going to explain how he gets there. And
I think I have these ones. And
he's going to escort you back to the great entry hall. Rahadon awaits.
And then if you look, one part.
You can see three unseen servants. They're holding. There's these trays that are being held there. Escher says. Escher's standing there and he says, "Strip."
Okay.
He's going to ask you all, and there's these unseen hands have piles of your clothes, which they throw down in front of you. They pass it down in front of you. They're giving you your old clothes back. So Strahd stands. He doesn't even look at you. The brides are standing. They're looking through you all as you take off everything. Only Violetta is the one to smile slightly as she's
Grutz
eyeing.
feels so much better with less clothes.
All right.
Grutz feels so much better
He
with
feels
less
so much better with less clothes.
As you're pulling your clothes back on, Strahd says, "I wish to offer you a gesture of goodwill and appreciation for your presence here. It is customary, after all, to provide gifts to those who grace my table with their company. To each of you I present a token of my esteem, a symbol of our shared experience and the bond we have forged during your stay in Barovia." He takes off a special box and he hands it to Grutz. And he says, "Please present this to Tatiana. Tell her that I look forward to an opportunity to see and talk to her soon."
I'll put it in my bag.
Okay? Okay. Do you wish to open your gifts now or later? Do you wish to open your gifts now or later?
Wanna open them now or later?
Gifts now.
Later.
Okay. So with that, the carriage approaches. Rahadin is standing there. He's starting to guide you across. And Strahd says, "We will meet." We will meet.
Okay.
He turns and he walks back into the castle. The brides turn and walk away. And Escher sort of looks at W. And nods. Valetta looks at Jiminy and she licks her lips. And with that, our dinner with Strahd concludes. We'll open up next week with the carriage ride and your gifts. That's a nice little
Yeah.
cliffhanger.
Grutz doesn't
Find out.
like the way Valenta looks at Jimmy.
No?
You all may deny the sex
Because-
of Jiminy Carlyle, but
because
that's 2 women in his
Chimney,
bag.
Chimney is fucking Grutz's emergency ration. That's his food if he gets hungry. That's his food if he gets hungry.
Very good. Very well played. Very well played.
Grutz thinks Valenta
I
just
have
wants
been
to
planning
eat.
this
Grutz thinks Valenta-
for years. So thank you for your participation. Thank you for your gutsy questions. Every one of you sent all your questions right at the same time, within an hour. And I had to work like a son of a bitch to get them. I was already down the path to answering about 75% of what you sent. So it was good. I couldn't sit and wait. I couldn't sit and wait. Well, definitely, I would say I was surprised to see stuff like I wasn't surprised to see stuff about Father Lucian. I knew that had to be explained. Right off the top of my head, I'm not coming up with anything, but you know, I mean, I just went back through what you'd gone through. So, like you said, if you had gone back even further, I wouldn't have gone back that far, so I would have had
Oh,
to.
like back to the fucking steak. Oh, like back to the
Well, I was thinking.